Greetings, adventurers. Today we're excited to introduce you to a new story, Dark Dice, a horror podcast that blurs the line between actual play and audio drama, where the story is determined by the roll of the dice. 6 adventurers embark on a journey into the ruinous domain of the Nameless God. They will never be the same again. One of the players is not what they seem after a doppelganger, a creature that can assume the form and voice of whatever it kills, infiltrates the team. As the players are picked off and replaced one at a time, can they figure out who the monster is before it's too late? Can you? In addition to a full-blown fantasy soundtrack with over 30 live medieval instruments and a 40-person choir, sound effects further enhance the story. Here's a quick example of what that sounds like.
The shambler with the jar of liquid inside of him.
Soren Arkwright let loose an arrow that cracked the glass, passing through the spine of the creature. The shambler still managed to maintain its forward momentum, but stumbled as it eagerly tried to bite and swipe at Soren, landing near his feet. As Rowena struck the shambling creature near Soren, she shattered the canister in its stomach, sending its liquid contents spilling to the ground. With a rush of liquid, the small fetus fell too, twitching and moving toward Rowena.
I'm gonna punt you.
Rowena launched the fetus into the mouth of the mimic with a kick. So if you dare, gamble your sanity and subscribe to Dark Dice however you listen to podcasts, or on Spotify. Dark Dice can also be streamed at darkdicepod.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tales from the Silt Expanse, Rise of the Veiled Alliance. How's everyone doing this fine, well, depending on where you are in the world, morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are? Hello, we're playing some D&D, and we're playing some D&D in the world of Dark Sun. It has to be said like that. It's a licensing thing. I can't do anything about it, so yeah. Anyway, joining us today, we have some wonderful players who just got themselves into the underneath of a yuan-ti temple, and in doing so, wandered into a poorly designed ritual, and in doing so, are about to get the shit kicked out of them. What up? There we go. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Everyone having
I don't think they're going to get the shit kicked out of us. I think we'll be fine.
I was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. The last half episode, you were all what I would term surprisingly competent.
Thank you, Chris.
It's a shame it's lost to the annals of time because the recording didn't go quite the way we hoped it would, but people will have to just believe me, and internet, you'll have to believe me. These thunderfucks did actually manage to make it work, and you'll never see it. You'll never know. So that's just for us to share. No, it's not going to happen again either. Of course not. It's not the way this goes, is it? Why don't we go around the room and say hello, everybody, and dive into tonight's episode after everyone's had a chance to plug the other stuff that they do. Toby!
The only other stuff I do is with you, Chris, so I'd like to plug Roll Together.
It's almost like I set it up.
Hey everyone, go and find Roll Together with Chris, myself, and other fantastic streamers on like social media and stuff. Also, Chris, Thunderfuck, aka Alaska Thunderfuck, is one of my favorite drag queens. So go and check out Alaska Thunderfuck 2000.
Exactly why I used it, Toby, because you and I have very similar circles, but thank you for sharing.
Ooh. I've got a nice pair of red heels at home myself.
So do I.
Might wear them on the next stream. You won't see them because they'll be under the table.
Mine got
like wearing your cleats. Like wearing your cleats to bed because you want to win the next day.
Conversational.
That spirit.
Mine are made of latex too. Thank you, Toby.
Coffee. He, him. As is my character.
Hi.
I'm weekends.
Yep. Okay. I was waiting for the final bit to come out. I'm Kiana. My pronouns are she, they. Yeah, I'm going to be back as Rickus, whose pronouns are they, them. They are a small rat person who is surrounded by snakes. And that is a really bad place for a small rat person to be. So...
Don't rats kill snakes? I think rats kill snakes, don't they? Was that mongooses?
Yeah, rats eat snakes.
Mongoose will kill snakes. I have a pet snake, actually. Depends on the snake. Rats can kill snakes,
so.
but it requires being in life and death scenarios, which I guess this is a life or a death scenario.
Every Dark Sun campaign is a life and death scenario. There's no such thing as a shopping episode. It doesn't exist in Dark Sun. It doesn't happen.
Dark Sun.
Dark Sun. Sorry. Yes, apologize. Apologies.
Now I know where.
Right.
Now I'm back in it.
Thank you very much, Kiana. Lovely to see you as always. Cord.
Hey, beer, it's me. Hi, everyone. I'm excited because we're probably all going to get poisoned or something. We're in the bottom of this pyramid, and probably it's going to hurt. Anyway, I'm playing Kronqual. His pronouns are he, him, and I also go by he, him. He's a psychic turtle. What is he? He's a psychic fighter? What am I?
Psychic warrior, my friend.
Psychic warrior.
Psychic warrior / druid.
Psychic warrior and a little bit of druid. I'm very excited for that. We got to unlock that last episode before. Either way, it's been great. Last episode.
You shillelied
I'm
your
very
stuff.
excited. It's going to be a good sesh. I'm also very nervous. I'm very excited about our yuan-ti boat. Hopefully we'll get to see more of that today.
Well, we have to work out what it's called first, and that will be something that we can all as a group talk about together, and then I will decide anyway. Good, lovely. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Jonathan Fry, how's it going, buddy?
Hello, it's going well. Hi, I'm Don. My pronouns are he, him. I play Gulag, the half-giant ranger cleric, whose pronouns are also he, him. And I'm excited. There've been a lot of snakes in my life this year, in my fantasy life this year. And I never get tired.
A really cutting piece of political commentary, or some weird COVID reference I don't understand, or incredibly harsh, and I don't know which it is.
just a lot of snakes, snake cults, giant snakes, fire-breathing snakes. Long story short, I'm ready to smash. That's all.
What a great term.
It's not, I mean, I don't think you necessarily know exactly what that means, Dom, but okay. Good, right, thank you.
I know what I said.
Don't correct me.
Chris, do you need a minute?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, all right. Hi, my name is Bree. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Kita, who is a Magna Genasi, and her pronouns are she, her. Not long before, she kind of almost died twice-ish. So the potential of possibly getting poisoned again is not her favorite thing, but she's going to roll with it, and she's going to try not to freak out. So,
Look, I'm sorry. I keep trying to kill Toby. It's my one goal in life, and then you keep getting in the way. And I can't help that situation. Yeah, you're on borrowed time, right? So you have been since the beginning of the campaign. Live with it. Good, right. Lovely stuff, everybody. Thank you all. Much appreciated. Why don't we dive in then? So, as described, you have just managed to get through to the base of this temple. All of the walls and spaces in here, as described before, have this strange metallic sheen, like they are made of metal, but the texture underfoot is a bit more crumbly than that. So some kind of crumbly metal? Intriguing.
Apple
Anyway.
crumble?
Sorry? Yes, an
Apple
apple crumble.
crumble?
It's an apple crumble. That is correct. We are digging into the Britishness of this episode. It's an apple crumble metal. It's like a Jack Black song. But yes, you managed to make your way into the bottom of this temple through these strange, not sewers, they're not quite sewers, but they are strange sort of watery, aqueducty style
It's
features that you managed to get through.
aluminium. Sorry, I had to get through.
I'm holding for the laugh. I hope is coming. No?
I'm laughing a lot. I just muted myself. So, Cord, I'm not going to say I appreciated that. It was disgusting. But I did love it.
Thank you. Back to you, Chris.
Anyway. Yeah, thank you. Much appreciated. So yes, you managed to make your way out of this strange sewer duct system, and in doing so, we're making your way into this quite large room with a bunch of yuan-ti performing some kind of strange ritual that you didn't quite know what was going on. But your stealth finally failed, and the yuan-ti have noticed you, and so I must ask you all, please, to roll initiative. And then shout them out, because I have an initiative tracker.
14.
14.
And then shout them out.
8.
Got a number. 8.
3.
Okay.
3.
Also 8.
8. See what I said about last time?
I got a 5.
Wow.
It's okay. I'd rather go last.
Internet, I promise you, there was half an episode which we'll never see where they were competent. I don't know what's happened, but yeah.
Hey, I'm not
there
going
you
to
go.
waste my good rolls on initiative. Who does that? Rookie moves.
You are all
Go
out
on.
of this strange watery tunnel, and it does sort of extend and sluice out open to widely into this room, so you are able to spread out as part of before combat kicked in. So you can be spread out in this room, that's perfectly fine, but about 30 foot ahead of you, standing around a strange plinth-style altar, 5 big hulking yuan-ti have turned around to look at all of you, vile jaws snapping and looking quite angry and frustrated. And standing at the altar, a figure has stopped plunging a dagger into what looks like a heart and is pulling the dagger out, looking at all of you with some confusion. And it looks like they go first.
Perfect. Just how we wanted it.
Now, which of you is the most dangerous looking? Gulag, make me an intelligence saving throw.
Gulag's speciality.
Mmm.
All right.
You're going to have yuan-ti eggs
Oh.
in your leg again. Egg. Leg eggs.
Yeah.
Legs.
Okay. 9.
Funny.
You take 11 points of psychic damage, and you are frightened. What you are frightened of is this yuan-ti reaches out into your mind and creates an illusory, immobile manifestation of your deepest fears, basically around themselves. What is Gulag's deepest fear?
It's ghosts. We've been here. Specifically, I think if he believed that his friends died and came back as ghosts, that would be.
Who would you say is your closest friend in the whole wide world?
He doesn't really have a ranking system,
No
but he's particularly close to Rysar and Rickus more recently. All of them.
Which ghostly manifestation would you, Don, as the player, find hardest to deal with?
Probably Rickus. They're so small.
As you look up at the altar where this yuan-ti priest has been pushing a dagger down into what looks like a humanoid heart of some kind, the heart on the table swims out of focus, and you realize it was an illusion. It was an illusion all along, and Rickus is lying dead on that table, the dagger halfway into them, just the dagger bleeding out, and looking at them, they're dead. They've been dead for a while, and a ghostly form does start to slowly float out of their body, reaching towards you, just plaintively saying, "Why?"
Okay.
Anyway, that is the action. As a bonus action, no, there are none. No. The priestess will stay there, dagger still in hand, looking at Gulag, and you can all see the priestess staring at Gulag with extreme intensity. That is the end of her turn. Gulag, you are next. What would you like to do?
He's experienced, even though he doesn't know, in his mind this is real, he's experienced these emotions before.
Yes.
And it still feels real to him, and there's a moment where he has his axe in his hands, his arms are starting to shake a little bit, and his knees buckle a little bit. But despite that, the only thing that he can will himself to do is to fight. And so he takes in a deep breath and exhales, and as he does, this wind starts whipping around him. I imagine at this point, maybe some of his hair, some of his stubble that burned away on his head come back and on his face, right? And so that stubble kind of goes out, when you get static electricity, goes out a little bit in all directions. And he's gonna, despite being afraid, charge directly through this line of yuan-ti and straight for the priestess.
No
using
attacks
Zephyr
opportunity. You
Strike
can easily
attacks.
step around them. Yeah, you can easily step around all of them with Zephyr Strike, and you can get past them all and leap up to the priestess and try and strike her. Please do.
Okay. And I have disadvantage on this.
You does Zephyr give you advantage?
When I pop it, if I choose to pop it, but I don't have to, I can hold on to it. So I'm going to hold on to it for my first attack.
You're going to hold on to it?
Not for my first attack.
Okay.
So be a 13.
Ooh, that does not break her AC. As you strike forward, quivering slightly, she ducks back from the table. The ghost on the table now, as you come quite close to it, is sort of pawing ineffectually at your side, just staring up at you plaintively, and your axe falters in the strike as you try and reach out and swing at the priestess who has ducked away from you.
And so he falls down, his knee buckles, he goes down to one knee, and he comes up short, and he looks at that ghost and shakes it off, and then he swings upwards as he stands back up with a second attack, trying to push through his fear.
Are you using the Zephyr Strike, using the advantage?
Yeah, I'm going to pop it this time.
Cool.
That's going to be 23.
Yeah, that hits, definitely. Run with the damage on that.
Okay. It's going to be 20 slashing damage.
20. You cut across her chest, and she staggers back, rolling a concentration check. Fails. The illusion shatters, and you see that it is an illusion. It's a dead heart on the table that has not been fully stabbed through. But as she rears back, she rears up, and you realize that from the waist down, it's all snake. And she is now rearing up in front of you, taller than you, and is now sort of rearing over you, and clawed hands reaching out, the dagger dropping to the floor with a clang. Definitely angry and upset. Gulag, I think that's the end of your turn, probably. The heavies.
Yep.
Having seen that you have run in and attacked their priestess, are furious and are all going to turn around and try and attack you. Let's see, all of them is probably a bit much. I think 3 of them probably will, and 2 of them are going to move either side of this room. There is a door either side of this room, left and right, and one of them is going to move to block either door. Gulag. Attack rolls against you. So what do we have here? They attack recklessly, so they get an advantage on the attack roll, and they make 3 attacks. The first is a 22. The second is a 15. And the third is a 21 on the first one. How many hits?
He will use his. This is just the first one. I'm gonna pop shield. So in this moment, like once he shatters the fear, he slams the metal of his axe into the ground, and there's this reverberation of sound, making it harder for them to approach him. And that's going to give him an AC of 19, so 2 of those will still hit.
Okay. Cool. You take 15 points of piercing damage as they run in, and they're all they don't carry weapons. They're biting and clawing violently. The next one around, I've got to break a 19 to hit you, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to do these rolls quickly just to make our lives easy. 1 miss, 1 hit, 2 more hits from the second one. You take another 14 plus 4, 18 points of piercing damage. And the third, that is a natty 20. That is not. 2 hits, one of which is a nat 20. So we have 14, 15, plus 9, 19 on top of that. How are you looking?
This is not good.
Pretty bad.
Yep.
Pretty bad.
The 2 that have run towards the doorway 34? Are both...
That
wasn't it?
34 damage?
It was probably... that was 2. There were 3 hits. Okay. Go on, Don. How much
yeah,
was that?
So...
Wait, lots of damage. All right.
Yeah, lots.
Lots of damage,
so,
yes.
Gulag...
Yeah, very bloodied.
As Gulag is being dogpiled, basically in the middle of this room, the other 2 are moving towards the 2 side doors. They don't manage to get out of them fully, but they're clearly looking to A, guard the exits, and B, you can see them both like taking in deep breaths to shout for help, but they do not do so on their turn. Rikus, what would you like to do?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Fine. Rikus doesn't like that people are attacking Gulag, and so they're gonna get up in there and try to shank one of them.
Okay, one of the 3 on Gulag.
Gulag. They are murdering Gulag.
I really don't like it.
I mean, these yuan-ti that are there, they have sort of snake-like features, but they are big. They are quite brutish. They're definitely like the heavies.
Cool.
You running in?
Yep, I'm running in. And
you gonna hit one?
15?
Well, you get to roll with advantage because they attacked recklessly.
With advantage then
you
is
already
a
rolled
20.
You already rolled advantage because... No, you don't. You're flanking. That doesn't count. This is sneak attack. Yeah, you hit. You absolutely hit.
Cool. So that's 9 plus sneak attack of 13. So 22 points of damage.
Points of damage. Yeah, you come in behind one of them and stab up, and like instantly it just howls and launches forward. All of its anger and vehemence towards Gulag left it completely open to you because it attacked recklessly. But yes, you are now in melee with them. What would you like to do? Bonus action.
Okay, just for size-wise, how much bigger is this yuan-ti than I am right
These
now?
big hulking yuan-ti, they're pretty big, but they're not as big as Gulag. So they're about 6.5.
Okay. Okay, so
So
what I
800
was thinking of will not work.
Yeah.
Do. No, I'm not. My brain is like disengaging is the smart thing to do, but also Rickers did not want to disengage.
What is your movement speed?
My movement speed is 30.
So even if you disengage now, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere unless you use your action to dash, which means you can't disengage. Or your bonus action to dash means you can't use bonus action to disengage.
All right, I'm there.
Excellent. Lovely. Thank you, Rickis. Racer.
Hi. So, the damage that Gulag and Rickers have caused, does it seem like they're mortal injuries gouged out of the snake fiends, or are they just minor flesh wounds?
The one that Rick is stabbed in the back looks like it's breeding? It's not breeding pretty heavily. Let's hope not. It's bleeding pretty heavily. Whereas the one that Gulag slashed with the axe looks basically fine. Like big old cut in the chest, but not even bloodied.
And that's the priestess that Gulag went for, right?
The very tall priestess with the snake body.
I think I might just kind of play it... No, I'm not going to play it safe. Okay, Rysart is going to start the somatic and verbal gestures to cast a 3rd level spell. And that spell and the material thing is, it's got a spell focus, doesn't need material.
Fireball. You're casting Fireball.
I can't cast Fireball, Chris, because I'm something called a role player. So in my role playing, I took Lightning Bolt. But I'm not going to cast Lightning Bolt because I'm like a super role player. I am going to use my
Hang on. No, you shut your hole for a second. No. Roleplay does not mean you have to play the game badly. Let's just be very clear on that differentiation.
I don't know.
Really? I thought
maybe.
I was a fantastic role player this whole time. Okay. I'm going to use Rysar's intimate knowledge of trying to cast haste on Gulag unsuccessfully. And I'm going to take the latter part of the effects of this spell and instead reverse the effects and cast slow. Stop.
Okay.
This combat is not ready yet. And I will cast slow on all the fucking yuan-ti bastards.
What is the range of slow?
120 foot. Affects
No, the
up to
cube.
6 creatures
Up to 6.
in a
And there are 6 of them?
40-foot cube. I thought
You can
there were
affect
5
all of them. 5 big ones, 1 priest.
5 and then the priestess, right?
Oh shit, I'm definitely casting slow then. I was thinking of waiting until their mates came, but fuck that. Each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be affected for the duration.
What is your spell save DC?
16.
Cool. The priestess rolled a 19.
Fucking priestess.
You'd think she'd have decent wisdom, wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Brood Guard roll. That is a terrible wisdom modifier. Okay. 9, 12, 12, 12, 18. Yes. So, 4 of the Brood Guard, 4 of the yuan-ti are slowed and are very clearly moving at a much slower pace. All 3 around Gulag and one of the one by the left-hand door, let us say. The one by the right-hand door appears to be moving quickly, and the priestess is unaffected. So it seems.
Good. I'm gonna try and use my movement to just like get behind like the silhouette of Gulag, like at least put Gulag between me and the priestess.
Cool. The priestess is in front of you. Like you have to walk around the entire room and stand within 5 feet behind her to make that work, and you haven't got enough movement to do that.
No, I mean, if the priestess is the moon, Gulag is the sun, I'm the earth, and
so
it
romantic.
is a lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse, something. I don't want to be fireball.
You were so close to getting it right, and you know what? I appreciate that immensely. Good, right. So you sort of make sure that the Gulag's between you and the priestess. No problem at all. You can do that. Kronkwall.
Yes, it's my turn already. Everybody went?
Yeah. No, Peter rolled lower than you.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Peter making up for all of the terrible dice rolls that came before with more terrible dice rolls.
Yep. I was pretty bad last fight, I think. So this is... Oh, yeah, Kita. Yeah. So the heavies just attack recklessly, correct?
Yeah.
I will use my action to cast Thorn Whip.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do that. And now...
Who are you Thorn Whipping?
I'm going to Thorn Whip one of the heavies. I'm sorry. I should have specified that.
Are you Thorn Whipping one of the 4 heavies who are slowed, or the one that's running towards the door that isn't slowed? Might be a good one, Thorn Whip!
Who is not slowed?
Not slowed. One of the ones going to get help is not slowed. 5.
5. Okay, I thought there were like 2 heavies and like 3 others. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna go after that one. I have advantage on. Oh no, he's not reckless. He isn't reckless. Is he reckless?
Yeah, the two that ran away did not attack. So yes, they're not reckless. So it's just a straight attack roll. It'll be fine. Make the straight attack roll. They are not heavily armored.
Right, but I still. It's a hard decision here because it's like they get more people. Or no, I'm going after the reckless one. This is what I was going to go after anyway. So that was an 8. So I'm going to roll again because they went reckless, and that's a natural 1. So that's embarrassing.
Did you roll an 8 on the dice, or is that plus your attack modifier?
That was plus my attack modifier.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, there's probably more things I could do though.
Internet, I swear to God, competent. A whole hour and a half. I don't know how it happened.
How far is Gulag from moi?
30 feet.
Can I run up?
Yeah.
Well, I can't reach Gulag. Okay.
You can. 30 feet. You can reach Gulag.
I have a speed of 25 feet. I will. I'm a turtle, Chris. Hello. I will then.
Turtles don't have a reduced speed. That's something Don did to you when he made the character for you.
That doesn't change the fact that I have 25. I am a slow turtle, Chris. Mm-hmm. I will.
Ooh, hang on. Let me just.
I really don't know what I can do. I don't really have anything else that's ranged.
Bonus actions?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, I can do I will use. I've got things that makes me feel. I've got like I'm a whole fighter. I can do stuff. I will use an action surge.
Nice.
Right. Yeah, I'll do an action surge and I will attack again. With the same Thorn Whip. Right, I forgot I can do that stuff. This whole fighter thing that I forget.
It's an attack action, isn't it? No, action surge is anything, and it's a cantrip anyway, so you can keep doing the cantrip. That's fine.
Okay, I rolled a 7, so it was a 12, and now I just rolled an 11, so it's a 16.
16 hits. So as you strike out with the Thorn Whip again, you're going for one of the 3 around Gulag. Are you pulling them towards you?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm gonna yank them towards me 10 feet, and I think I'm going to also make my way toward them, so I'm closer to Gulag. I'm going to run my 20 feet up there, and I'm going to try to engage in combat with them.
Cool. You've pulled one away, and you're in combat with them.
Staff. Yeah, I cast my staff forward, and it reaches out a large thorny whip or vine comes out from the head of the staff and misses, and then he casts again, and it kind of just they both like miss, but like a bullwhip. He finally goes up and around his head, and the the whip just, I guess, grabs maybe the tail or something, and then finds purchase and yanks towards him. And then as he's running, does that whole thing.
As you run forward to go into combat with them, is Shillelagh a bonus action? Because Thorn Whip is a cantrip.
Yeah, but I was thinking that. But is my action surge a bonus? No, I could just.
No, your action surge is just a free second action.
Yeah, I will Shillelagh for my bonus.
Go on. Describe. What's the damage on the Thorn Whip? You haven't told me yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even roll that. I was just excited about the roll.
Okay.
Man, I suck at rolling. This is 6 damage.
6 points of damage, and you pull that one away towards you, and then run in and as you run in, how does your shillelagh make your stick look?
So the shillelagh is makes it look like a giant thorny branch. So large barbs stick out from it when I cast shillelagh. There are barbs on it when I cast the vine, but like large, strong red ones stick out of the staff when he casts shillelagh.
Strong red ones. Is that what we're going with?
Strong red
licorice
ones.
stuff.
Strong red ones.
Right. Oh, hang on. Are strong red ones cinnamon? I don't know. Wrong country.
Does Gulag get an attack of opportunity? As it's
no, it's forced
out
movement. It's forced movement.
Oh, forced movement. Yep, that stinks. Oh well.
Peter, you're the last person. You're standing here with Rysar. Everyone else has run forward and engaged in some capacity. There is one of these running towards a door who doesn't appear to be slowed. Oh, hang on. Slow. Toby, how much does slow reduce armor class by?
2.
Their AC is 12. No, Crunkle would still hit him once. It's fine. Just checking. Good. Right. Keita, one of these heavy yuan-ti has been pulled away, and Crunkle is currently engaged. The other two are still standing around Gulag. Rick is behind one of them, and this huge priestess still floating above. Two are running towards the doors on the left and right, looking to clearly go and get help that no one is doing anything about, as it were.
Okay, I'm gonna go towards one of the ones that are standing at the doors.
Okay, the one that is slowed, or the one that is not slowed?
The one that is definitely slowed. Is it? Are they faced towards me? Like, can they? Like, if I were to engage, can they see me coming?
You can roll a stealth check as a bonus action to hide. I will say that because it's the middle of melee and there's a lot of stuff happening, you could dodge effectively into the shadows and then pop up and give it a little stab for a sneak attack. No problem with that.
Yeah, I was gonna use sneak attack. Okay.
Grand. Roll me that stealth check, though.
That's a 16.
They don't know you're there. So as you disappear, probably disappearing behind Rysar briefly, and then it's almost like you disappear behind Rysar and then don't come out the other side, and suddenly you're over there and attacking. As you leap on the one that is slowed, running towards the door, make me that attack roll.
Cool. That is 17 points of damage.
Did you hit? Roll me that attack roll to hit first.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I guess I should probably roll for hitting. That is a 15.
That hits, yeah. Because the AC is currently 12. Is that 17 plus sneak attack, or is that including the sneak attack?
That's including.
Okay. You stab, and you are now in melee range of it, so moving is going to be tricky for it. Excellent stuff. Top of the round. The Nightmare Speaker. Gulag, you're right there. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Cool. You are in melee range of her, correct? Because you stabbed her? You're a half giant. Do you technically count as a giant or a humanoid?
Humanoid. I'm half human, half giant.
Okay.
But I'm a humanoid.
You're a humanoid.
Mechanically.
Interesting.
Charm.
What?
Charm.
Maybe.
For like charm person. Is that what
Could
you're
be.
talking about?
I can do whatever I like, Toby.
He likes charming, I think.
No, I'm going to do this instead. It's more fun. Don, you are hexed. She looks at you and snarls, and a strange sort of necrotic energy swirls around Gulag briefly. You have disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Cool.
And then she is going to wrap her tail around you and try and constrict you.
Mm-hmm.
Your AC is back down to pre-shield at the moment. No, it's not. It's not been your turn yet, so it's still 19. Come on, dice. You've had a good run today. Let's keep it going. I have rolled a 19. 15 on the dice plus 4. Okay, so on your turn, you take, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as the tail wraps around you. You are grappled and have disadvantage on strength ability checks, just so you're aware. You are grappled and restrained. That's 6. That's the first hit. You take an extra 4 points.
You take 4
of
damage instead of that 14. Yep.
Okay, so you take 4 damage. You do take another 4 points of necrotic damage on top of that, as this strange hexing curse around you swirls around you and clearly is a problem and unpleasant for you. And then she just leans forward and sinks her mouth towards you, and the jaw opens and then unhinges, and the teeth just glint out. Hang on, I'll see if I can do it. I can unhinge my jaw if I try. There we go. And as it unhinges, she leans down and just sinks her fangs into your neck, and you take another 14 points of necrotic damage.
You just scared all of the dentist audience.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
You're down?
Yup.
Totally down, yeah.
Perfect.
Wait, did she have to make that an attack, or was that did she have to actually roll an attack roll?
It's called Death Fangs. It just happens.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down.
It sounds super cool.
Yeah.
Just happens?
Just happens. Technically, it's just extra damage on the attack, but I flavored it. Cool. Right. So, that is the end of her turn. Having a snack on Gulag. Gulag, make me a death saving throw.
Failed my first hit.
You failed it? Great. Good.
The heavies, seeing that their priestess has a snack, don't get involved. They are going to turn on the rest of you. So, Cronquil, you're engaged with one. Rickus, you're behind another one. Another one is on Keita. And there are 4 of them, and one of them is currently running for help. So this is perfect. The one who is running for help will run out and start shouting in yuan-ti. It's quite hard to shout in yuan-ti because it's all hisses, but they do.
It's fine. Whispering.
No angry whispers. Come and get them. This is me shouting, but you can't tell. Can you all not hear me? What the hell? We should install a bell pulley system. This is ridiculous.
So all of you... Ooh.
We should evolve rattles or something.
So all of you are in conflict with a single one, but almost all of these 4 are slowed. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So the first one is slow a concentration spell, Toby?
Yes.
Cool. The first one's going to attack Risa.
Oh, meta gaming. Okay, hang on a sec. If it's slowed, it only gets 1 melee attack.
Does it slow its speed in any way?
Yes, also that.
How?
I believe by... Right.
Check it.
Speed is halved.
Okay.
Takes -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws. Can't use reactions.
Yes.
On its turn, can use either an action or a bonus action, not both. Regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
Well, one of them is going to come
Wonderful.
pounding across the floor towards you, and as it does, it's sort of running as fast as it can, and it almost goes down on the ground, and like a dog, just sort of pounds off and is running towards you and just leaping through the air in slow motion towards you, Rysar, ready to try and bite your head off. Peter, the one on you is going to attack you. It's going to attack you recklessly. It still can, only gets one attack, though.
Hang on,
So
did it not
that-
reach me?
No, it can't. It's 30 feet away.
That's brilliant. The spell I cast worked. Sorry, can we just take a moment? It's fantastic. Yes.
Does that never
Yes.
happen?
Magic.
Keita, the first attack against you is a 17. Well, the only attack against you is a 17.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and use Eruption as my reaction.
Sure.
And here we go.
Do you still take the damage from the head?
No.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hit me.
So that is a 19.
To hit or
Does
damage?
that hit?
Yeah,
hit.
yeah. Its AC is currently 12 because it's slow.
Ooh. Okay. And that is 4 points of damage, of heat damage.
Yep.
So yeah, right as he's about to attack, Kita kind of focuses all of her energy into the ground, and on his tail, foot, whatever it is, this molten rock kind of just forms out of the ground and like encapsulates his leg and just kind of squeezes onto it.
It gets turned around weirdly and it sort of wrenches his back quite badly. Does he not get the attack? Is the attack just lost? It's gone.
Yes, if I'm successful, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Then tries to reach out, but fails to do so. Rickus, the one that you stabbed in the back, is just going to turn around and look at you and just snarl and just one big hand just on the ground, trying to swat you like a fly. It's going to do so recklessly because, you know. And that is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I'm surprised it didn't really. You take 11 points of damage as it smacks and crushes you into the ground. Only gets one attack because it is slowed. And it's just going to sort of growl and stare at you quite aggressively. And it's like trying to make sort of a roaring, hissing noise, but it comes out really weird because it's also, because a hiss in slow motion is just really low pitched. So it's just a... It looks at itself weirdly like, what is this noise I'm making? It's weird. It's all gone really wrong for me. Cool. Right side one is ranged towards you. Croncle, the one that you are now engaged with, is also going to strike you once. That is a... Oh, these good rolls. That is a 23 to hit.
Okay.
And you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And yeah, the one that isn't slowed is just running out and screaming into the night. It's not running outdoors, it's running into other bits of this building, but it is shouting. Rickus, it is your turn.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna stab this one that's right here in front of me.
Cool. You're not
if we
hidden, and
just-
there are no allies in melee, so if you don't do something clever, it's not going to have sneak attack.
Yeah,
I will remind you that slowed creatures cannot take reactions.
hmm.
So no attacks of opportunity if you moved away from it, next to one, though there is an ally next to it, so you could do more damage to it.
True. Yeah, I will do that.
Or you could kill
bounce
Rysar.
around.
Cool. Okay. Right. So you. So you step away from the one. It sort of swipes at you angrily, but just it's way too slow. And as you step over, there's one currently fighting Kita, and there's one currently fighting Kronkle. And there's the big lady currently eating Gulag. You can see the jaws have now distended so much that they're big enough to slowly start to like creep over, and it's just like slowly like going all the way over and trying to sort of swallow him whole.
Great. Well,
it's a humanoid face, so it's pretty fucking terrifying.
Yeah, hate that intensely. I mean, I know what snakes eating look like, but that's a whole image and a half.
It's a humanoid face and mouth. Like they clearly like the neck is like starting to like crack as the bones expand
really
out.
Weird. That's so weird.
I love it.
Yeah,
she does look a bit like she's bitten off more than she can chew because Gulag's quite large. There's a wild panic in the eyes that says, "I want this. I chose this."
Oh no! It's all right. Maybe Gulag will be fine because she'll spend the rest of the fight just sucking down a giant, just gnawing.
Yeah. Sorry, would she be preoccupied enough that it would be advantage for me to go and attack her?
No.
Or no?
No,
Okay,
she's looking
cool.
right into your eyes, like trying to get some kind of sympathy.
That. Okay.
Like, you know what it's like when you eat someone that's too big for you? You know what it's like when you're trying to eat your friend? You know what it's like?
Yeah, that's exactly what I know. That exactly. Okay, I'm gonna help. I am going to help Kronkle then.
Please do. I'm sorry, I've given myself the giggles. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm gonna rush up to the one that's on Kronkle. 22 to hit.
Yeah, you hit it. Yeah. It's already slowed. Yeah.
8 plus 15. 23 points of damage.
23 points of damage. Yes. You lean in behind the one that Kronkle's currently fighting and stab it, and again, sort of almost through the calf, a completely clean cut, and it sort of twists its legs slightly, and there's a like the fact that they are slowed is clearly hacking these old people off.
Cool. I'd like to hide behind Kronkle.
Sure, run me stealth check.
No, that's a nat 1.
Hello, Rickus.
I'm too distracted.
Kronkle sees you and says, "Hello, Rickus," and it ruins any sense of hiding that you were making in any way.
Climb up on top of his head, kind of thing.
No, I'm going to say that Kronkle ruined it by saying hello. That is so much funnier to me than anything else.
Yep.
Kronkle, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Perfect. So there is one fighting me, and there's one
fighting you and Rickus.
Yep. And then I'm gonna need.
There's one fighting Kita.
There's a priestess that is gnawing on a giant.
Desperately trying to suck down a giant. Yes.
And then
suck down. I chose my nomenclature very carefully. And one is currently slow-mo running towards Rysar, about to pounce on him and eat him.
So one's on Kita, one's running after Rysar, one's on me and Rickus.
Yep.
And
there's one
the other one
chasing
ran out
after Rickus. No, the one ran out and one is chasing after Rickus. Clearly upset that the little rat person got away because they like rat. Rat is tasty.
Save Gulag!
Where's how far is Gulag from me?
Gulag is about 10, 15 feet away from you, being slowly swallowed.
Heal
I
Gulag
can't use my reaction in a
initiative.
Can I?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that because Toby metagamed at me. What was that?
I can't use my reaction in a turn, can I? Like, let's say if I was to break away from combat or disengage, and then
what is the trigger for your reaction?
It would be being attacked.
Yeah, you can use it on your turn. That's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to, and is there still one attacking Gulag, or is it just the priestess?
Just the priestess.
Okay.
It's not so much attacking now as like I'm choking down.
Yeah, trying really hard. I'm going to charge to Gulag.
Okay.
I'm going to use my
opportunity.
reaction. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to use my reaction that I gained there for my defensive duelist, so I have an armor class of 20.
Is that when someone attacks you, or how does that work?
That's when I have a finesse weapon in my hands. I can use a reaction to up my proficiency bonus into my armor class.
Interesting. Is that not when an attack happens? What's the trigger? Because reactions are all about triggers.
When it hits me with a melee attack, so I can then use my reaction. So you'd have to hit me first.
Exactly. So wait until something hits you.
Got it. I see what we're saying now.
All good.
I don't lose it.
You do not lose it. You haven't used it.
Okay, I will break away.
There are no attacks of opportunity. They're all slowed.
Oh, all right, sweet. That helps a lot. Okay.
Hang on. But did they get saving throws against slow at the end of each of their turns, or is it just a one-hit wonder?
I believe it is one hit, but let me check. It says, or be affected by the spell for the duration. However, which are affected by the spell makes another wisdom saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
Apologies.
Rickus, you've got away with it. I'm going to check now. So there are 4 of them. All get to make another wisdom save. What was your spell save DC?
16, Debbie? I think.
16. Yeah, I mean, they'd have to roll really high. No, they all still fail. So, no difference made. Cool. Yes. Crunkle, there is no attack of opportunity as you pull away from the big one and are running towards Gulag and the priestess.
Okay. I will use my action to heal him with a cure wounds. Yep, I will do that with a cure wounds, and then I will use my bonus action to compel duel her. So a D8 plus my spell casting.
That is a boss move.
That's going to be 7. You are healed 7, and I think what happens here is he runs up, and he I think there's still like a floppy bit of his staff that because of the. This is a really great image, and the from the vine is like still coming back. And I think they're still barbed from the shillelagh.
Staff's made of red vines. It's red vines. We've
exactly. And he goes and he hits, I think, like Gulag in the leg or something, and it like wraps around for a second, and maybe the thorns they give you much of a jolt and bring you back into reality or wake you up a bit. So it's 7 hit points, and then I will compel duel the priestess. She has a DC 13
wisdom save.
Ooh,
she's very good at wisdom saving throws.
Yeah,
I mean, I will roll it. Dice giveth.
Probably here.
Go on.
I was just going to say, you probably hear from within the priestess's mouth, because that's where Gulag's head is right now. What the?
Perfect.
Gulag, I'm going to say that inside the mouth, you see the horrifying combination of snake and humanoid teeth, sort of at various weird points. Like, it doesn't make much good sense. I rolled a nat 20 on the wisdom saving throw. She's not compelled to duel you.
Oh, shit. Well, fine. And that was my movement, my
action, bonus action.
And
technically, you can't cast compelled duel and cure wounds on the same turn, but we've done it, and I will allow it because I've already rolled the saving throw. But for future reference, one spell a turn, unless it's a cantrip. Peter, you are in
a wild talent.
Oh, never mind then. That's fine. Keita, you are in a fracas melee melange with a one of these that is currently stuck to the floor with hardened magma. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and put my hand over his eyes, and I'm gonna use heated. And if it's successful, then it takes fire damage instead of bludgeoning damage. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay. Why are you like this? You could just stab it with a sword like everyone else. No, I'm burning out its eyes. Dark Sun.
I got an 18. Does that hit?
You start burning its eyes out. You horrible, horrible person. Roll me the damage on burning its eyes out.
I don't feel bad. You're doing great.
I don't feel bad. I really don't. Let's see.
Burn its eyes.
It's about 6 damage.
Six damage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool. You sear its eyelids.
Yay.
Do you get sneak attack on that? No, you're not hidden and there's no one around you. You don't. Cool. Do you stay in melee range of it, or do you move away, do something else?
I'm gonna go back over towards Priestess Lady.
Cool. So you are moving up with Kronkwall and Gulag, who is half inside her. Good. Right. It is her turn. Okay, so the constrict. Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained and the yuan-ti cannot constrict another target. So you're still grappled by her in the tail. I guess it would be an action to constrict further and crush you. And you are still hexed. No, because you went unconscious. Rules. Hang on a sec. So hex, yada yada. If the target drops 0 points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action. So she could have left it on you, and why wouldn't she have left it on you? There's no reason not to leave it on you. But it's also a waste. You only have 7 hit points. Sorry, I'm just working this out. So... And now she's surrounded by you fuckers. You don't like that. Especially not with a mouthful. Right. Perfect. As a bonus action, Kronkwall, you feel this strange necrotic presence manifest around you instead, moving from Gulag to you, as she casts Arms of Hadar. Tendrils of dark energy erupt and batter all creatures within 10 feet of you. Look, there's 3 of you within 10 feet of her. On a failed save, a target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions. Can everyone please, the 3 of you, Kita, Gulag, and Kronkwall, Gulag, you are currently restrained. Does that mean you failed dex saves automatically? What is this? Strength.
Disadvantage.
On dex or on strength? Rules. Restrained.
Am I rolling something? Sorry.
Yeah, strength save. Kronkwall, Kita, strength saving throws, please.
10.
Cool.
A 5.
Gulag, a save. Yeah, you both fail, obviously. Gulag, strength saves are not affected by restraint, so you get to roll a normal strength save.
26.
Cool. You take half damage. Come on, dice. We've been friends for a long time. I need you to do 7 hit points worth of damage. That's all I need. Half on 2d6. Could be 7 if I'm lucky. I'm a lucky boy. 5. You take 5 points of damage. Gulag, you have 2 hit points. You're fine. Kronkwall, Kita, you both take 10 points of damage. Kronkwall, you take an extra 3 on top of that necrotic damage because of the hex. And you cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn. Until the end of its next turn. So a whole round of no reactions from you.
From Kronkwall. That does hurt.
Because reactions on Kronkwall is a big part of reducing damage. It's like I read your sheets. Good, right. That is the end of her turn. She is going to move away from Kronkwall and Kita and try and leave the room. Gulag is grappled, so she can move half speed, so she gets 15 feet moving towards the door on the left-hand side. Gulag, you are just being dragged along. Now, rules as writ, you're being dragged along in the tail. You're being dragged along with this mouth, just being dragged along by the mouth, dragging you out of the room. Like a dog that's got a toy, just dragging it out of the room by the mouth. That's what's happening right now.
Cool.
But she didn't use her action to constrict you any further. So, Gulag, it is your turn.
All right, so Gulag, like for a few moments as he's being dragged along the ground, he's like, you can see his feet, which are sticking out of her mouth, like kicking. Like,
I mean, there is more of you out of the mouth than in it. Like, I'm going to say head and part of one shoulder is currently in the mouth. The rest is going to be a struggle.
So I think he gets this idea in his head that the way out is through, and he's already got his axe right there, and he is just gonna, like, all of a sudden he plants his feet on the ground and he pushes up and he tries to dive further up inside of her, and at the same time using his axe to try to claw at her insides and push out through her back. And in this moment, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike. And I imagine that the light that he absorbs his photosynthesis, it starts coming out of his eyes. This bright golden light comes out of that symbol, that friendship symbol in his hand. His axe starts glowing.
Don't try and make this neat. Don't try and make this, oh, friendship. This is not, oh, friendship. Think about the words you just said. I try and dive deeper inside her to go through and out.
Try to eat me.
I love it.
This is something I've learned in my life. If someone tries to eat you, they're not your friend. It's not.
Oh, I thought if someone tries to eat you, you just dive through them. You learned in life.
No. If someone is trying to eat you, diving through and out the back is a better solution. Cool. Right. You make me attack roll with disadvantage because you are restrained.
Yeah. So I use my Zephyr Strike to cancel the disadvantage.
Sure. Flat attack roll.
Yeah, so it'd be a 22.
Yeah.
All right. The 11 force damage and 30 slashing damage.
How much?
11 force damage and 30 slashing damage.
How is it 30 slashing damage? What did you roll?
Great Weapon Master. With my axe, I rolled a 10 on my 1d10. And then my Colossus Slayer, which is a 4.
My god. Yeah. Hang on, Great Weapon Master means you add 10 if you take a -5 to the... Did you take a -5 and still got 22?
I did.
I'm sad now. Okay, she's not dead. You try and leap further down into her mouth, but you can't go any further down. This was probably going to be one of those meals she had to slowly digest in the mouth over time, but you're just like leaning into this figure, just sort of leaning back, quite horrified. This sort of mouth spread way too wide, your axe just swinging wildly at the body as you try and cut through her. But she's still alive, amazingly.
Okay. I'll
somehow
do one more. I don't know if I should do a Hail Mary. Should I do Great Weapon Master again? Yeah.
How are you getting a third attack? How are you getting a third attack? Where's the third attack coming from?
This is my second attack. That was my first attack.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. With disadvantage, that's a 17. Oh, that
hits.
So that's going to be 23 more slashing damage.
Cool. Describe how you do this.
I think the axe gets stuck somewhere in it gets stuck, and he's still like pulling his way through, and like he loses the axe for a second, and he has to like curl up one of his knees, and he pushes with his knee the axe through the top of her head. You see like the axe pop out her back and kind of like into the air, viscera flying with it. The axe slams into the ground. And a moment later, he grabs the open wound and he comes out through the back as well. Picks his axe back up. And his friendship symbol is glowing.
No, you don't get to make this hint.
Yes.
Do you eviscerate someone from the inside by running out and shouting, "Friendship!" coming out the top?
I love it. I love it. Holy shit. That's nuts.
Oh my god!
Wow.
That's awful, and I love it. Cool, right?
How are we gonna follow that act?
It's not your turn, thank God. Right.
I said we.
Gulag, you're no longer constrained. You still have movement and a bonus action. No, you can't Zephyr Strike. You still have movement. You still have movement.
So my movement, and I have 60 feet of movement, and I can't have opportunity attacks used against me. Which one is there? One that's like close?
You did force damage. You used that
already.
Yeah.
Is there one that's about to get out of the room?
No, that one's already gone. That's long gone. That was 12 seconds ago, so 45 minutes of our lives. But
right. A long 12 seconds.
But as you, there is one that Keita and Cronkwall are currently standing by themselves. There's one with its foot in magma that's trying to go after Keita. There is one next to Rikus, and Rikus is all alone. There's one about to pounce on Rysar, and there's another one. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one that was running towards Rikus, so there's two running towards Rikus at the moment because Cronkwall left us one behind. That's right. All of them look like they've taken some hits.
The one who did run 12 seconds ago, if their movement's halved, even if they were dashing, I guess they'd only have got 60 foot. Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so he looks around, like heaving, barely able to stand, honestly. He has 2 hit points. And what he's going to do is he's going to drag his axe along the ground and stomp towards the one that's rushing towards Rysar.
You can get to it, and you've got 15 feet of movement left once you get there. That's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna try to interpose himself between it and Rysar.
No problem. You do. That
Friendship.
That one, as you interpose yourself between it and Rysar, is just it's slow motion, but it just plows through you trying to get to Rysar. It's going to recklessly attack you. Come on. That is a non-nat 20.
That'll be a hit.
And you take, 8 plus. You take 14 points of
Hold. You take. Oh, you said 14?
I thought it had its turn. No?
Oh, wait.
That was last round.
I can't take reactions. Never mind.
That's last round.
And you can't take reactions anyway. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Gulag's down. Just down in one.
Yeah, he stomps in front of, drags his axe. He knows he probably can't stand up to this thing, but maybe he can slow it down long enough for Rysar to continue to lose his magic. And a moment before this thing drops him and knocks him back to the ground, his head hits the ground and he looks backwards at you, Rysar, and he says, "Hit him, boss."
Oh, my heart, which is still actually made of stone from that petrified, just has a little tinkle in it.
You just saw him reverse birth himself. I mean...
Reverse.
Oh no! Don't give it a name. If you're gonna name, it's a thing, and we have to do more of it. Okay, good, right. That one, it has just claws Gulag to the ground, pounds over him, and is going to go straight up to you, Rysar. And it gets to roll the wisdom save again. Come on. Please. Yes! 19. That's 0. So it is no longer slowed as it's in front of you, just right in front of you, ready to lay down the smackdown. And it's taken no damage yet. Right. The one
I should have had a turn. Because that's its second turn, and I haven't actually done anything.
Interesting. When did we miss you? Went from Rikus straight to Cronkwall. That makes sense. Cool, have it now.
It's Rick. Okay. How far is behind me?
Behind you is this strange watery sluice gate, and then the sort of very tight tunnel you will squeeze down to get out of here. You remember the dirty one.
Can I use my full movement to go backwards?
You could try and climb up into the tunnel, but it's climbing up, so it might take a check of some kind to climb back up again.
How far is it to the climby bit from where I am?
Behind you? It's literally like your back's against the wall.
And how high up is the...
Climby bit, about 10 feet up.
Okay. If I were to do a lightning bolt, how many of the bastards could I hit without hitting Fran?
Because we're slightly out of time, and we'll just do this as your turn now. I will say that you can hit the one that's charging right towards you before it gets to you, and you can also probably hit one of the ones that's currently around Rickus. So I'd say 2. In fact, roll me a d6. I'll allow it this way. Roll me a d6.
Five.
Yeah, you can hit 3.
5 on the precious. Ooh.
Yeah, you can hit 3.
That's worth a squirt, I'd say, in anyone's book. I shall cast a lightning bolt.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Dex saves, right?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to press it to roll stuff. Yeah, you roll stuff.
Dex saves, but they're all slowed.
Yes, precious, yes.
And slow gives them disadvantage on Dex saves?
I believe it gives them -2. Let me
That's
just
their AC.
check. Slow. -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws.
Right, so it's just flat rolls, it's easy. 19, nat 20, and a 5. You hit one of them.
I
The
hit
two take
all
half
of them,
damage.
just 2
Yeah,
of them
but-
take half, yeah. Right, now I shall roll my damage.
What I will say is the one you do full damage on is the one that's charging up to you, because that one's not really taking any damage yet, and that way you've helped.
Noise. 27.
27. That one takes the hit and is still up in your gruel. The other 2, Rickus, one of the ones that you are on, what's half of 27? 13. So a lightning bolt chars through it, and it looks very badly hurt. And one of the other one that's on you, so the one that's running towards you as well, also takes full brunt of that hit, and also looks very badly hurt indeed. So,
And then,
yeah,
can I use my 30 foot of movement to try and
Yes.
just climb up this wall?
no, it would take you an action as discussed.
Okay, cool. Can I use my 30 foot of movement to get away from this bass? In fact, I want to try and get behind Rickus. or Keita, or I want any obstacle between me and these creatures, because I need to keep my concentration up here.
I would
It's
say
Operation
that-
Meat Shield, Protect Ricer.
Okay, so if you run away from the one that passes the wisdom save on the end of your... you can get away from it. I'm not going to be dick about that. You get away from it and you just skedaddle and run behind Keita and Cronkor. There's enough time for you to get there. They're bigger.
Nice.
Yep.
Cronkor likes
you pop.
protecting, right? So, great.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my thinking. Rickus, the 2 on you are both going to try and hit you. They're both still slowed, so only get 1 attack, but they're both going to be reckless about it.
8.
Raggedy reckless. The first one is a 19 to hit you.
Yep.
The second one is a 7, so that doesn't. So you take 11 points of piercing damage as one of these 2 manages to claw into you. They have both attacked you recklessly, so you don't need to have anyone nearby or be hidden to have sneak attack now, because you attack with advantage. So that is the 2 of them. The one who is currently foot encased in the ground, can he move? Peter?
It doesn't specify if he needs to make any rolls or anything, so I can leave that up to you.
pulls his foot free angrily and moves over to attack, I think probably you, because the room's not very big. So he'll just move around and just move in. He can get to you with 15 feet and just makes one attack against you. Nice, that's a non-nat 20, which means you take another 14 points of damage on top as it moves towards you and just claws into you violently. Still quite slowly, though. Right, the two that were there, the one that is left is the one that ran up. That is done too. Cool, that's the end of everyone's turn. Rickus, there are two around you that are trying to claw at you, and you are amazingly holding your own.
Hooray!
When I say amazing, I don't mean like I didn't expect you to. It's just you're a tiny little Terry rogue. That's what I meant.
I'm very small.
I am pretty small.
Yeah, okay. Which one looks more hurt?
Both took a lightning bolt. They both look really badly hurt.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
I'll just hit the one closest to me.
Sure.
Or probably whoever just hit me, 'cause that's rude. I don't like that.
Yep, go for it.
Good. Advantage or not?
Yes, you have advantage on the attack roll because they reckless. Yes. Sorry.
Cool. That's a 16.
Hits.
Cool. Good. 5 plus 12, 17.
It has 10 hit points. You just stab it and just falls to the ground. Out. Done. Finished. Over. Rysar, it is your turn again because of you falling out of initiative the first time round. You have run behind Kronqual. One is currently attacking Keita. The one that was going to attack you is just staring at the wall, slowly turning around. Gulag is on the floor, clearly bleeding out. And Kronqual and Keita are in front of you. Ricka seems to be dealing with the other two quite well. There are 3 more left. All of them have taken quite a lot of damage. 2 on Rickus, 1 on Keita. No, 1 on Rickus, 1 on Keita, 1 by the wall. Ugh.
I'd like to go for one of the ones on Rickus, who's looking super injured, basically.
Yep, 5 hit points.
And I'm going to use my power of the way and my sword to stab them.
Cool.
And I'm going to... Yes, I'm going to use the not spies recovery. What am I talking about? That never works. Prophetic strike. And I'm going to roll to hit with my... Oh, wow, 21. Brilliant.
Yeah, you hit. Yeah. It's got 5 hit points, Debbie.
It's probably an automatic kill because it's an extra 3d6 damage.
Yeah,
plus...
you definitely killed it.
Yeah. I'm going to roll it anyway, because if I get all
in with
ones,
your
then I won't.
long sword.
Yes. Oh, no, it's a d8 plus 1, plus 3d6.
Yeah, exactly. You can't fail this.
5 minutes.
So you run up behind the other one that Rickus is on and stab it, and now the only 2 that are left is the one fighting Keita and the one by the wall that was going to go for you, who is also the only one that is no longer slowed. The only one that is no longer
and then
slowed.
I'm using my 30-foot movement just to get away from anything.
Okay.
I'm an elven wizard. I'm not tough. I've never said I'm tough.
Yes.
There are 2 left. You are next to Keita, where one of them is attacking Keita. And there's one by the wall that appears to no longer be slowed.
Right, but where is Gulag?
Gulag is on the floor. At the moment, there is you, Rickus, Gulag on the floor, and then one of the yuan-ti by the wall.
I will run to the yuan-ti by the wall, but not before I cure some more wounds on Gulag.
Sure.
And then... Yep, and then I run towards that guy. And I'm rolling a d20 for no reason. I need to roll a d8. Another 7. I'm rolling
7 points of healing to Gulag. That is your action. What are you doing when you get to the other yuan-ti?
I am going to... Dodge is a full action, right?
Yep.
I will compelled duel the one that is on.
Compelled duel is a way power, yes?
Yep.
Cool. You're compelled dueling the one currently on Kita, is that right?
I am. There's 2 on Rikus and 1 on Kita?
No, they're all dead. There is one by the wall that you're standing in front of, and there is one on Kita. That is it.
Yeah, I'm gonna compel do that one. Yep.
It rolls an 8.
Sweet. And then I will
Probably
just
annoyed
stand
you went
here by
away.
the other one. Yep.
Cool.
You want away. You want-y way. Sorry.
Oh dear.
And that's my turn.
No. I'm pausing for
The
effect.
joke is I said way. Not you, not even the pun. That was the joke.
I know, it's great when you explain a joke. Kita, it is your turn. There is one still on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my dagger and try to go for its throat. And see what
Sure,
happens.
there's no allies around you at the moment, so you won't get sneak attack at the moment unless you do something clever.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Cool. Stab it with the dagger. It's still only the dagger damage. It's only a d4. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it hasn't got a huge number of hit points, so you might take it down.
Yeah, d4 plus 2.
So it's 2d4 plus
5?
2 because of the... How much?
Oh, 2d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2, so nat 20, so 2d4 plus 2.
Gotcha, okay. Okay, so that's 8.
8 points of damage. You don't fell it, but you do sort of lean in with the dagger and stab up and catch it in the throat, and it looks like you're locked in very close proximity to it now, just probably shouting at each other's faces. You have bonus actions?
Yes, I just have uncanny dodge that I can do.
That's a reaction. You have a cunning action, which is you can dash, disengage,
cunning
or
action.
hide. Yeah.
Yes. I think I'm good. I'll just stay where I am.
Okay, cool. You do. And top of the round. Gulag, you have 7 hit points. 2? How many? How do I make you got
rolls
now?
over,
Keeps
rolls over,
blacking out.
groaning, and pushes back up to his feet and looks around. He sees Kronkwall locked up. He sees one with Kita. How are they looking?
The one with Kronkwall looks like it's bloodied, but not that badly. The one with Kita is like last legs.
Okay. He's going to. He's gonna take out. He's gonna draw one of his bone javelins over his shoulder, and like he stumbles for just a second, and he's gonna then try to pitch that one, like whiz it by Kita's head and strike this like barely standing creature.
Cool. Make me an attack roll.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Be 13 piercing damage.
Kita, as you're locked in with this one, just like dagger to the throat, like suddenly it just goes flying as this massive javelin just impacts it and hurls it against the wall. Like your dagger, you barely manage to hold on to it. It gets almost nearly torn out of your hand.
And he'll stumble a couple of steps and then draw another javelin, and then spin around and throw it with his left arm at the one Kronkwall's engaged with.
Cool. Give me an attack roll.
Fucking badass.
Be 19.
That hits, yeah.
That'll be 10 piercing damage.
Cool. It's not dead. Alrighty then. There is only one of these left. It's the last one. And it is going to it's not slowed anymore. None of the slowed ones are still alive. It is just going to lay into Kronkwall like it's nobody's business. 3 attack rolls, all with advantage. It is furious. Okay. Reckless attacks all the way.
Bring it.
The first is a 21.
Okay, that hits.
The second is an 18.
That misses.
Is your AC 18?
My AC is 17, but you hit me, so I'm going to use my reaction to do my defensive duelist.
And it's after the end of your last turn, so it doesn't affect him. So you have to install this. Your armor class is now 20, yes?
Yes.
No, third one misses. It's only one hit. 8 points of piercing damage as it bites down onto you and just...
I'll take it.
You have to. You used your reaction. Nom, 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 nom.
I'll allow it.
Nom. Okay. I'm glad you'll allow it. Rickus, you just... Crunkle's like probably head popping back down into the shell as the thing's just biting around the head and neck area. Oh! What would you like to do? It's alright, I'm back in a sec.
His head is in his shoulders, and his quarterstaff is the staff is shillelied and is just like whipping around frantically, and it's like keeping them at bay kind of, but one of them was able to get a bite. It's not graceful.
It was not graceful.
Sure as a look.
Yeah, it was definitively not graceful. That's the take home. Good, right? What you doing, Rickus?
Yeah. I'm gonna help out Crunkle because that seems like a not great situation to be in.
You can attack. You have, or you don't attack recklessly, so you have advantage anyway. So you can get the sneak attack. It's all good. Run in there and stab it.
21.
Yeah, you do. It has 8 hit points.
Yeah, that was 23 points of damage.
Just from behind, just run from behind, just stab it really through the back, and it just collapses in a heap. As you all start breathing a bit more carefully and just take a moment, listening all around you, you can hear shouting around the rest of the temple because one of them got away, and you all look pretty raggedy wrecked. But yeah, you've got a whole temple to explore, and they now all know that you're coming. And that's where we'll pick up after our break. See you all in about 5-10 minutes when these very competent adventurers see how they can handle the next bit of this adventure. Thank you, everyone. See you in a sec. Bye.
No one died. We were good. We're very...
And we're back. Hello, everyone. Returning to Tales from the Silt Expanse. You just had a big old fight. And it went well. Well, both.
That's right.
How's everyone looking at the end of that fight? The temple around you is a wall of noise. There's shouting, people moving around. There's definitely some kind of, intruder alert going off. Not like an alarm system, but people are shouting. The five of you are in this room full of dead things.
They're stage whispering.
You're stage whispering.
They're stage whispering. That's what's happening.
Because they're snake people and they all whisper. Yeah.
So
there's lots of people around. Gotta do something about it. Tell Jeff in reception.
Yes, that.
Perfect.
Chris, are we thinking that there's the high boobly priestess with Caesar on the top of this temple, or
you don't know?
Other than being really effective and really good for once in the entire campaign, I can't remember why we came in here.
You couldn't climb up the outside, because you would have been very visible to the rest of the city. So you decided to make your way through the inside, and in doing so, you'd be able to make your way up the inside.
Stop it. So we want to get up to the top because we think maybe that's where Caesar might be. Maybe.
You don't know.
Are any of these... so Gulag is like stumbling around and like one of his eyes are kind of swollen. He's trying to count. And trying to see if they got all of the snakes. And once he realizes that they did not, he moves over and sort of kicks a couple of the yuan-ti. Are any of them still alive?
No. I mean, I
know the priestess is not. Okay.
No, the priestess. That half of the head's over there. The other half's over there. Yeah.
Someone's on his shoulder still.
There's like a tooth. There's like a tooth sort of half embedded in your shoulder, and looking at it, it's basically humanoid.
Cool.
Gulag, you should definitely take it easy. You passed out twice, I believe. You almost were eaten as well, but I think you figured that out.
I feel like I could use a nap for like an hour or so, maybe.
I could use a nap for
I don't know if we have that.
Maybe 8. I think I could.
The shouting around you does get slightly louder.
We go to sleep.
99.
You're cool. This will be fine.
Yeah, this will be fine.
Maybe we should go.
Yes, we should go, but be careful, Gulag. Maybe I will go first.
Is that even a good idea? No.
Before we leave, Gulag.
Yes.
Yes.
You're trying to say something.
Boss, you think if we catch one of those things, you can, I don't know, do whatever, magic, and find out maybe where Caesar is, or what's going on here?
We'd have to find one that actually possessed that knowledge. However, I like the way you think, big guy.
Yeah, I've got a large brain.
Yes, you do. Chris, am I able to do... That's just me. I
checking for a friend.
Try and roleplay.
Checking for a ship.
Could I do some sort of arcana check on this? Because they were doing some sort of ritual, or there's an altar, there's a heart being stabbed.
Yeah.
And just on the priestess, if there's any like cool magic items.
Well, no, she's dead. But
you said
you
yes,
can
no
certainly do
takebacks.
Cool. Roll me an arcana check on the altar and the magical ritual that's happening.
16.
The heart was being stabbed by a dagger.
I've got some information, everyone.
There was probably some kind of ritual taking place, probably something necromantic or necrotic, probably something to do with drawing some kind of necromantic energy from the heart, but you don't know what that would be. What? What do you want? Yes, I'm aware that you're there. What do you want?
Is this thing working? Hello?
Yes.
Has the priestess got a spell book? I know it's quite late in the campaign for us all to be trying to get new spells, but I'm a wizard. I can't help it. Help it. Help it.
No, not a wizard.
Oh, I missed.
Fine. Let's get out of here. It's stupid room.
Or a spell focus, maybe?
No, she's
I've
some
got a
kind
spell
of
focus already.
she's clearly drawing her magic from some kind of divine or patron.
Which way are we going? Should somebody scout ahead? Are we moving together, keeping close?
I will. Let's. How is everyone feeling? I have some bruises, some lacerations on my shoulder here. But is everyone else all right to keep moving?
The shouting intensifies further.
We need to leave immediately. Chris, is there a way that might be going up or something from like where we are in the temple? Or
There is a door to
looks...
the left, and there is a door to the right.
And which one did the yuan-ti escape out of?
The door to the right.
I'd just start going out the left one.
Okay.
Looking...
Anyone else going with Ryta?
Yes. Oh, hold me first. Excuse me. Me first.
Are you rolling stealth checks?
Are we rolling stealth checks?
Ricochet. So,
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Gulag will
11.
lower himself down and hold out his hand up in the air to Rickus in a high five gesture.
Ricochet definitely high fives. You don't. This is very small. I'm glad you're okay. You were looking really good.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm tougher than I look.
Says the person with 2 hit points.
Yeah. Rickus has the face of somebody who's like doubts that, but is too polite to say it right now.
Hey, we killed that silt horror. We've dealt with every single thing that's gotten in our way. We stick together. I know we're going to get through this. We just got to look out for each other, As he says that, Rickus would notice that circular design that's in his hand is glowing also in their hand as well, as I use Emboldening Bond to give Rickus and I bonuses to attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. A D4.
As we record this, Tasha's is coming out tomorrow, I think, so you'd better hope you get to keep this. It's good.
I know, it's really
right?
good. It's really good. I'll find out tomorrow.
Having snuck ahead of Cronkle with his bad dice roll, I got a natural 20 on my stealth check, Chris.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice indeed. As you sneak out of the room, and as all of you are going, but Rysar being slightly ahead, you all stealth, and there's a series of corridors and other rooms like this that appear to be, at this point, there's no one in them. As you move forward into this, down this corridor, there's a junction, there's a turn, and then you can see there is a ramp going up. just a stone ramp going up. It's a bit wider than the other corridors and hallways are, and where the base of the stone ramp is, there's corridors going off in 4 different directions. So it's clearly like a sort of central junction point of some kind.
Very easy, right? We turn around, right, gang?
Right, so wait. I was in a place like this one time, not exactly like this, but sort of like this, and I went up a ramp like that, and there was a click beneath my foot, and then poison darts just started shooting out of the walls at me from all directions.
Very loud.
So as Gulag says that, Kita's just going to start going up the ramp.
Hang on, let's be cautious and no.
I am.
Amazing.
Rick has got massive high stealth as well, much higher than my natural 20. So I guess we're just like creeping up, and then Kita just bowls up ahead of us.
I mean, I rolled a 25 health, so.
I got a 21.
We're real stealthy.
Wow.
Real.
Kronkle, what was your stealth roll?
Where is everyone?
As Kronquist probably just
They're just here. Because
Okay, as they are all moving up the ramp, as they are all going up the ramp, and Kronkle, you're at the bottom of the ramp, so we'll start off there. The 4 of you going up the ramp, can you all make me a dexterity saving throw?
Only if it's an Indiana Jones style boulder.
I mean, of course it is. Ron, make me a dexterity saving throw.
21.
Oh my
21?
God.
but I'm the boulder.
A 9.
9.
I also got a 9.
9.
Oh no.
Debbie?
Also a 9. I'm gonna see if I can use that.
No, you can't use Spy's Recovery. It's a dexterity check, not a saving throw. I say this once a session, and you keep going, oh, I've got a thing, but no, you haven't. You can't do anything. It's gonna hit you.
You
Right.
may reroll. Hang on. Charisma. Wait for it. Wisdom.
Check!
Dexterity. You may re-roll a failed ability check or saving throw, Chris.
But then why didn't you do that for the last 5 episodes?
Because maybe I was only reading the summary. Maybe I wasn't reading the full description. Huh? Maybe you didn't think of that, did you?
So you've taken a whole bunch of random hits you didn't need to because you didn't read the spell. Okay,
'Cause I'm
you've
a
read it now
role-player.
properly. Roleplay doesn't mean you're a role player. That's not what that means.
Right.
Okay, Toby,
What's the
roll me with
D4?
use Spy's Recovery for the first time in 4 years, and
Well, I got a 1 on the D4 bonus, so that's a good start.
no, it isn't.
No, I'm just being optimistic. 13, lucky for some, so that's 14 in total. It's better than 9.
You still fail.
I don't care. I'm just pleased I got to use it.
Cool. As the 4 of you stealth up, no, let's add insult to injury. Risa, as you're stepping up, as you move up, there's various sort of indentations on the floor that look a little bit like a sort
Keita
of
was
design
first.
piece.
Keita was first.
Yeah, but you're going to do this. It's going to be you. It's gotta be you. As you move up, you step strangely on one of these stone pieces, and there's a very faint click under your feet. And a gigantic boulder falls top of the ramp and just starts rolling down the ramp. Kronkle, make me a dex save as well, please.
Okay, you can't do any boulder noises because of DMCA, and this is we're very close to Indiana Jones. So, all right, what am I doing? I'm making a dex save.
You are, yes.
Yeah, that is cocked. What the hell? It looked like it was a good one, and that is a worse one. Perfect. That is a 3 plus my dex saving throw. You said that's a 4.
Yes, please. Oh, cool. As
Would've
the
been an
boulder hits
18.
you, ooh, there's
Perfect.
the boulder, and then you look down at your feet, and at your feet, the floor just opens in a pit, and you go falling into the pit.
I am the boulder. Okay, cool. Oh no.
Okay.
Wow, that's complicated.
It's not complicated. It's real simple. There's a boulder, and it has to go somewhere. Otherwise, there's a random ass boulder blocking doors and getting in people's way. Yuan-ti are efficient. Right. So the boulder hits the three of you that failed your dex save. Kita, you just dodge out the way of it and just turn behind him. Where are my? Oh God! All three of them get hit quite heavily by the boulder. You all take. Wow.
Whoa. Can I do something reactionary to this? Because it is stone. Can I do something? Sorry I asked that so aggressively, but like...
Don't turn it into magma.
What do you want to do? Yeah, make it red hot so it burns them as well. I'd really like that.
No.
Perfect.
No. So I'm going to do eruption on it because it is going to strike me physically, and I can use that as a reaction. And so
It's not
I'm going to...
It's not going to strike you physically. You passed your dex save.
Unless you choose to fail it.
Unless you choose to fail it.
I choose to fail it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going, right as it's coming towards me, I am going to muster up as much molten rock as I can from the ramp. And it's going to kind of form this tiny wall that's like tall enough to stop it.
Like a bowling
And I'm just gonna keep building it until it just stops.
Okay, you can't stop it because it's too big and it's too fast. What you can do is make a ramp.
Oh, so it goes over everything.
Fine. I'll make a ramp so I can go over everything.
As you just go and start making this ramp, and the boulder just goes off the top of the ramp, and you all, who are all like second guessing, no idea, just look up and as you look up, it just flies over your heads.
Ski ball.
Yeah.
Went from bowling into ski ball.
It's Gulag.
Goes
It's
flying over
Gulag because
everyone's
he's
head.
super tall.
Gulag, I'm gonna say it, you just like whoa as it goes over you briefly,
It knocks
and
him
as
out
it goes
of the 2 hit points he has.
it goes over Gulag. It goes over all of you. Give me this.
I don't know. This is
it
pretty good.
Bounces a few times and then hits the bottom of the ramp where it rolls into a pit already there for it and just falls down.
What's that?
Is
Crunkle,
that
you
the
have.
pit that Cronkwall fell into?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Can I try to push it so that it skips the hole? Can I try to push it beyond the hole?
Do you have a reaction? Do you have
Hold on.
a reaction ability?
What about...
Go on.
What if I... No, I don't. I have shield. It doesn't help me.
Well,
He
there's no
tries
problem
though.
here.
He at least he probably whiffs, but he tries to push it.
Sure. It just flies over your head. Cronkwall, you fell into a pit. And you failed the dex save, so you fall straight down.
Cool. I like it.
As you fall straight down... Oh,
I think I go into my shell as I'm falling, and danger's happening, so he retracts into his shell.
I just rolled 3d6, see how much damage you take from the fall, and I rolled 3 6s.
Nice. What kind of damage?
Bludgeoning.
Can I
Ooh,
have a
resistant.
reaction?
Is it a reaction?
Yeah.
Do you have a reaction? What reaction do you want to give?
Feather fall.
You may not be able to see me.
I definitely can't see you because Rysar is concerned about Rysar right now.
Have you got to speak someone to cast Featherfall on them?
I tried, probably.
Crunkle disappears into this pit. and then this gigantic stone boulder just bang bounces down and starts and rolls into the hole and just falls into the hole. Cronquil, you fall 30 feet and just and looking up, like you can see the light above you, and suddenly it gets very dark. Is there anything you'd like to do?
So I take the. He's in his shell right now.
You take the 18. You take the 18 points of damage from that. Yes. Oh.
Because I am in my shell. I am resistant.
Is being in your shell half damage?
Yes.
No, it increases your AC. It's not the same thing at all.
Nay. Retreat to shell. I'm prone. My speed is 5 feet, and I'm resistant to non-magical piercing, slashing, bludgeoning damage.
Oh, then yes, you take half damage. That is fine. So yes, you take 9 damage.
That's why I do that. Cool.
As you do it, do you poke your head up to look up? Because you can see like some shadow.
I will for the narrative, but I am not coming out of my shell until I feel safe.
It's like really Mario Brothers, isn't it?
Kind of, yes. Yep. He just goes through the shell.
As you look up, the boulder falls down. You just pull back into the shell. As it lands directly on top of you, you are pinned underneath it. It fills this pit, and as all 4 of you look at this, the pit closes. Cronquil, you take another halved 8 points of bludgeoning damage. But you are stuck under the boulder, and this boulder is heavy. Total of I worked out 8. I halved it for you.
Thank you.
So this boulder is extremely heavy. Things will happen if you don't extricate yourself. What would the 4 of you like to do? Cronquil just vanished into a pit and got crushed by a boulder. Nice.
I think
boulder.
Cronquil is probably the safest out of all of us right now. Run away?
You can't just leave him.
So
I wasn't saying that. Sorry, that was Toby taking the piss.
Where's that tile that you stepped on in the ramp? The one that opened?
You can find it very easily. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Can I try stepping on it?
Sure. Is everyone off the ramp before this happens?
Yeah, Gulag is going to try to go
an unlimited supply.
Okay, so I'm going to give a warning
while Pete is doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just yeah, all of you might want to get out of the way.
Gonna climb the wall. Fuck that shit.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
I want to go.
Gulag will move to the opposite side of the pit where the thing opened up, and he'll also just try to see if like maybe there's some cracks in there and a way to get it open.
You can't even see it. It's there.
Yeah. He just wants to be on the other side in case another boulder comes from.
Okay, I'm good.
So Rick's climbed a wall. Peter's about to step on it. Gulag's waiting by the pit. Raisa, what are you doing?
I want to go up.
To the other side of where the boulder comes down.
Yeah, if there is another side, yeah.
Sure. The ramp continues past where the boulder falls, and you can keep going up the ramp.
I'm looking out for pressure pads, tripwires.
Roll me an investigation check.
Low gun thingy mobs.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, 18.
Cool. As you make your way up, you do see various other of these sort of indentations are also some kind of pressure pad which you can avoid.
I'm sort of indicating, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. Can I see where this boulder came from? Was it like...
yeah. Or... If you move up far enough, there's a trapdoor in the ceiling. It's very evident where the boulder clearly comes out of.
Yeah, I definitely get above that bit so I don't get squished.
You can do that.
Or whatever. Yeah.
No problem.
And I'm keeping an eye out for any yuan-ti or whatnot.
Cool. Cronquil, roll me a con save.
Natural 1. This is the worst day of rolling, I think, yet. And I've had some really bad days.
You are inside your shell going, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, probably fine. And the pressure on the shell, like you can feel it sort of... like your shell is being quite severely impacted by the weight of this boulder.
Where's Cronkwall?
Gita, you were going to step on the pressure pad again?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Because of the way this is set, you can step on the pressure pad and then duck behind your ramp, so the same thing can happen. That is no problem at all. If you do, right, so you're up above, you can see this trapdoor opens and another boulder falls down and starts rolling down the ramp. And as it does, it hits the strange on-ramp that it has now, and then does a little and flies off the end. Gulag, the pit trap opens. You can see the boulder.
Okay. Boulder down below it. There's no space between the boulder and the wall or anything like that.
And the other boulder. Don't forget about the other boulder that's in the air right now.
Yeah, how deep is this? Does this look like 2 boulders could even fit inside this?
2 boulders could probably fit inside this just about.
Okay. All right. Let me look at my spells real quick to see if there's anything I've got.
The second boulder is currently in the air, flying towards the pit trap.
Gotta be a lever somewhere. This is one giant pinball ziggurat, I can tell.
All right, so yeah, Gulag, he's just going to do what Gulag does. He casts Zephyr Strike. The sunlight begins glowing in his eyes from his hand again, and he's going to leap into the air with his axe, and he's going to try to come down with enough force to maybe crack this boulder beneath. That's what he's going to do. How he solves problems.
Right, if anything, you'd probably stop it. But also take it.
The one in the pit or the one in the air?
No.
New one in the air.
New one in the air, clearly.
All right. Attack roll. $22.
Yeah, you hit it. You leap up and just smash into it all your might.
Uh, 29 damage.
As you leap up and jump at it, you just hit it, and it cracks, and you pulverize most of it, and it collapses around you as you land, and the pit trap closes behind you.
And his goal is to, like, jump up in the air and fall through the pit trap. Like, that's what he wants to do. Like, he wants to get down to where Cronkwall is. On top of the boulder.
Okay. I will say that you are welcome to leap up, smash the boulder, and then be the boulder falling into the pit trap. That's absolutely fine.
1,600
You land on
pounds.
top of the other. He is 1,600 pounds, that's correct.
I am 1,600 pounds.
Yeah, if we're being kind.
Maybe closer to 1,700.
Cronkwall, you still in your shell, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I'm halving the 27 points of damage I have rolled to 13 points of damage.
That's fair. No.
No! Roll me another con save.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so this time you are still feeling the pressure and the weight of all of this, and you can definitely feel like your shell is going to be a lot slimmer for a bit, but you are managing to like strength it out and just hold it in place. Probably a nervous fart or two.
His shell muscles.
All the air's being pushed out of you. Yeah, it's probably been in there for quite some time. As Gulag, you are now inside the pit. It has closed above you.
He sort of ducks down, and he's just going to start chopping. Like, he's just going to start working this boulder to try to cut through and break through to Cronkwall.
Don, every hit on the boulder is going to impact through the boulder into Cronkwall, just so you're aware. Like, this is not...
Oh, Gulag.
It's up to you how you handle situations, but you might end up with finding a shattered turtle at the bottom of it.
It seems.
I am worried about this, but it is a gulag.
Newton's third law, any force that goes through.
Yeah, I mean, it's that sort of thing. I imagine that Gulag's probably, had to smash rock or maybe not a boulder this large in the dark on top when his head's, kind of scrunched down. But his goal is to crack it and just crack it with enough force that he can dig through it and try to get down further and then crack it and dig down further. Like, that's his goal. That's how he's going to try to solve this problem.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Like an investigation.
Nope, like an intelligence check. This is purely how smart Gulag is.
15.
If you cause direct impact to the boulder, it will simply impact further down and below and pancake Cronkwall. If you start chipping away at the edges of it, trying to get around the outside of it, lift it up, it'll be a better way to get through without killing your friend in the process.
Sure, yeah, and that's what he'll try to do then. He'll try to basically create an avenue by the wall where he can start to cut and dig out and cut and dig out and try to get down to Cronkwall.
Can you roll me an athletics check?
Yeah. Hmm.
15. Is it 15? Yeah. So you are starting to chip away. Peter, Rysar, Rickis, the pit has closed again, and now Gulag and Cronkwall are both inside the pit. That is all the information that you have at this point in time.
Keita. Keita. Got 3 questions. 1, where is Cronkwall? 2, why did Gulag go down the pit? 3, why did you step on the plate again?
Okay, 1.
Sorry, I stepped on it the first time, even though you went up the slope before me. I didn't go up the slope.
Cronkwall, I assume by deduction he's in the pit. 3. I pushed on it again because it looked like Gulag was trying to get down there, or Cronkwall.
Fair enough.
So, do we wait, or...
There is still shouting throughout the temple. Sorry, you're going to push it again?
No, not right now.
There is still some shouting in the temple, though it appears to be dying down a little bit. You're not quite sure what's going on.
Chris, when the plate was pushed for the second time, did I see an infinite supply of boulders? Or anything up there?
Looking up, you saw there were more boulders in there, but you rolled a very high... you rolled a very, very high investigation check, so I'll allow this. You do see that in the wall near where all this is, there is a sort of strange-looking lever.
Now, normally, in one of our campaigns, Chris, if I pull the lever, that's instant, irreversible character death.
That happened once, and it was your fault.
But fuck it. Keita. Does that look like a lever to you?
Keita, Rickis, sorry, Bree, Kiana, before Toby does this, I'm going to point out the last time I did this to him, I said there's a red button in the middle of the room, and he said, that's probably going to kill me, and I went, it's up to you what you do. So I press it real hard, and then died. So just giving you that, just, being out there in the world, just... The way Toby tells his story, it's like I killed him, but...
So,
TPK.
So is it dark in the stone area where that lever is, or is
it's like a
lever,
trapdoor in the top of the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an obvious trapdoor, but you can't see into it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I see it. Why?
Do you think maybe it will open the trapdoor that they're in without releasing a boulder?
Get up to it, yeah. You can try it.
You wanna try? I pull the fucking lever. I don't care. I pull the fucking lever. Fuck it. I've lost the contest of will.
Yeah, sure,
I pull the lever.
right,
But
I
I am gonna keep a lookout for other things like, you know, poison tip darts by the lever and diamond dust wire strangling things and corrupts and corn on the cob and stuff. All the good stuff.
Okay. So how exactly am I getting up here?
Well, you pull the lever, and the pit trap down where the other two are opens. Because I was going to get the boulders out. And yes, you can see, if you can move over from there, the pit trap stays open if the lever's pulled. If all three of you move over, you look down, and you can see that you see Gulag looking up, covered in... Not moving away. Rikus, if you're nearby, if you look down, you can see Gulag covered in earth and stone dust, just looking up out of the pit, digging away, trying to get through to Cronkwall. Only about 6 seconds have passed, not a long time.
I'm just gonna
Hey.
Yeah.
So Keita and Risa are standing at the top of the stairs, out of the range of boulder stuff. Yeah, that's fine.
Because it's definitely doing the thing where they hang part way off of the edge. Like, they've laid down, and it's just like the top part of their body is just sticking down.
Yep, that's fine.
Help? Is help a thing that's needed?
Yeah, you're welcome. Just be careful. It's kind of rocky down here. Hey, I was thinking, he's still like digging away. Can you hear Cronkwall? Is Cronkwall speaking?
Is Cronkwall speaking or saying anything?
Yeah, every time the axe impacts the rock, you just hear him.
Oh, don't worry, I'm almost there. He axes the rock again.
You have to do an Ian McKellen no, where he doesn't say no, he says Mo.
Mo. Gulag will look back up to Rikus and say, "Yeah, I think we can get Cronkwall out of here, and then if we get all of the rocks into this pit, we could hide down here, maybe for a little while until things calm down a little bit."
I mean, that's possible, but also the only way to open this is out of the pit.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think that far. All right, well, I'm not so good at thinking about that sort of thing, so I'm just gonna keep hacking at the
Seriously, watch back Lord of the Rings. He never says no. He always says Mo. It's very strange. Good, right.
Probably lost a bet. He lost a bet, and he had to do that in the entire movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
maybe.
bet I can do. I bet I could say Mo this whole time, and no one would bat an eye. Just watch.
I bet you can.
You know that somewhere actually said, if you say Mo instead of no, your no sounds more resonant or something like that, like as a way of making it sound better or something crazy, like acting classes full of nonsense like that.
Sir Patrick Stewart and he had they're having just a bet back and forth.
Headcanon.
I don't think you can.
Excellent.
I bet I can. No, you watch. Okay, well, very well, you're on. All right.
Mo. Good, right. So, Gulag, you managed to dig through to Cronkwall. If you're being cautious and careful about how you dig, you're not doing damage to him. And this rock there's now just like a sea of gravel at the base of this pit, basically, with some larger chunks as you pull Cronkwall out. Crunkle, you don't take any more damage from this, and your con save was fine, so you are hurt, but not
happened?
Hey,
Got on that one.
You okay?
Oh, that's what it was.
Now I know.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Crunkle, you all right?
I think there's bruising like on his face. One of his eyes is swollen, and like there's a huge chip I think missing from the collaring around his shell.
What happened? I fell into a
You
hole.
look fine.
Oh, thank you, Gulag.
Hey, it's gonna be okay, Crunkle. We're all still here. We all made it. We're all together. You're gonna be all right. Looks back up to Rickus. What do you think, Rickus? Should we keep going? Should we hide? What do you think?
I would like to rest. I would like to rest.
Well,
I feel that.
there's less yelling around, like, or quieter yelling. So usually that means that they're not as close. I don't know if we should stop here to rest, because it's really kind of like gestures to entrances. You could come in from anywhere. So I think we should probably keep going and see what's up if we don't hit any more tiles.
Yeah, we should look really carefully, like every step. And he'll sort of put his hands on the side of Crunkle's arms, say, "Hey, you okay if I lift you up, Crunkle?"
You're gonna have to toss me.
All right, well, I have an idea. Get inside your shell. Do that thing you do.
Okay, but don't do
Are
anything.
you about to eat Crunkle? Is that a thing that's going to happen now?
I've been thinking about this for a while,
Don't
K-Tor.
do anything that requires stat mitigation, because I could only do that once every long rest. But I went for the narrative.
He's really excited, and he picks up Crunkle's shell, and with both hands he frisbees him up to the top.
No.
Shot put frisbees.
It's flying. So Keita and Risa on the ramp look down like, I wonder how they're doing.
Beautiful spiral.
It's a football. It's a perfect throw. Crunkle, you dung 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 bounce off some walls and spin slowly to a stop. Wackle, 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 wackle. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Gulag, how are you going to get out of this pit?
Well, I guess I'm gonna climb and. Well, is it the walls smooth, or are they like, are there, is it climbable like a mountain, or is it smooth?
Yeah. It's worked stone, but you've been chipping away at the rock inside here. Like, you can easily find foot and handles and pull yourself out. I'm not going to ask you for an athletics check. You can get out of this. So the five of you do manage to reconvene probably at the base of the ramp, unless Keita and Rysar refuse to come any further down. Okay, so the three of you reconvene at the base of the ramp, with Keita and Rysar about half of the way up it. Are you all rejoining and going up the ramp and being careful, looking out for more traps?
I'm pointing out the traps I've
I'm not
found.
going first this time. Where did you all go, by the way? You were all here, and then you weren't, and then I fell.
Sure, it was everyone else, not you.
Yeah, they're all friends. Yeah. Now,
We can assess.
Rysar rolled a very decent investigation check, so can point out all of the various different traps going up this ramp, so you aren't affected by any more of them.
Cool.
Yes.
Gulag will just note, if Rysar's pointing them out, like, it seems like an unnecessary amount of traps on one ram. That's they really go all out on Goothay.
Is that Gulag doing some faint, like, dungeon planning shade? Is that what that is?
No.
All the traps on one ramp? Well, you should probably space them out.
No, that was all done.
If I was a dungeon planner.
I was thinking, Gulag, how would they reload the boulders once they rolled off, you know, and then they fall into the pit, and then there's more.
You
Where do
use
those
the
come
lever
from?
to open the pit, and then the big heavies pick them up, take them up the ramp, and fit them back in up the top.
There's multiple of them, so where is the hopper?
But
the hopper doesn't.
There's like there's like a tunnel, like a tube of boulders somewhere up above them. It's brilliant.
Well, if you go up the ramp and you avoid it, the ramp does a little sharp turn, and then goes up again, and you see, like, a hopper full of boulders at the top of the ramp.
Chris.
What?
We need this.
Is everyone up? Everyone's up the ramp, right?
Yeah. With the 18 you rolled, everyone can get up the ramp. It's no problem.
I switched the lever we switched to close the trapdoor.
Sure, no problem.
And I cast knock on the boulder release.
That would unlock
trapdoor.
It. That would unlock it.
Opens it.
It's not locked. Okay, so you're going to open it and let all the boulders fall out.
A target that's held shut by or barred comes unlock, unstuck, or unbarred.
So once everyone's gone past
I
you,
just want to open it.
Yeah, cool. And about like 10 to 15 boulders, and they all go rolling down. And because the pit trap doesn't open because you broke the system, they all sort of crowd in at the bottom and block it off and make them. They don't go down any
but also, it'd be a lot easier for us to rest now. I mean, they're not going to follow us up from the bottom. I'm sure there'll be some up there. But a lot easier to rest. You're welcome.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks, boss. That's good thinking.
Good. Well, that means I could rest.
And then he starts to try to sit.
Before you start sitting down and think about resting, they're famously snake people, and the boulders don't like hermetically seal any of the tunnels that go into this space, any of the corridors. Like, it's a mess. They'd have to make their way through it. But they can famously turn into snakes that are very good at making their way through things. I am just saying, maybe if you long rest now, I might ambush you and kill you.
That's always a possibility.
I mean, yeah, but this is like a distinct possibility.
Narratively, does this make sense for us to do this now?
And I turn all of the stones into lava.
Yes.
That'll do it.
All of them?
Yes.
With using heated to just slowly melt them all down and just...
Yep. I mean, it'll get really hot, but like...
Sick.
We're probably used to that heat, too. We're from...
Yeah, if you want to step down and like slowly heat all of the rock down here up, all the boulders will slowly like turn into magma, just like harden and fill out some of the corridors a bit.
Okay. Yep, I do that. I definitely do that.
Cool. There's a pool of magma at the bottom of this ramp that you made. I'm just reminding all of you that that is what happened, and that is now where that is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shouldn't go back this way.
No, don't go back this way. And also, I really hope you avoid the final trap. That's all I'm saying. I'm good. So, right.
Maybe we should go back.
You can't. It's all lava now. Okay.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I should have remembered.
Maybe we should go back through the lava. I'm sure it'll be fine. Do you all continue back up the ramp? Yes.
Yeah, what do we see? Do we see like any side chambers? Do we see rooms? Is this like a spiraling ramp?
It's not a spiraling ramp. It is literally, it's a ramp with a switchback. It goes up, turns, switchback, and then goes up to another floor above that.
Good. Yeah, Gulag would suggest they continue to climb. It's probably really hot here now.
It's very warm.
Yeah.
We're from Dark.
As you continue
We're from
up,
Athos. It's not so bad.
As you continue up the ramp, avoiding all the traps that Rice has already seen, as you go on the switchback, you go up and see there was a hopper full of stone balls here that would have worked for the pit. Yeah. Anyway, you continue up the second part of the ramp again. Rice can point out a few traps along the way as well. And as you go to this second level here now, it's now, you're noticing, it's gone completely quiet in here. Maybe too quiet.
Gulag stomps his foot to make sure that he's not a silent spell.
Mm-hmm. It's not a silent spell.
Okay.
What's going on?
There are once again corridors on this floor. You can see them coming off the top of the ramp. The ramp doesn't continue upwards. The corridors on this floor, however, the two corridors go either side look to be quite sort of small, and the ones in front are both are one large one, effective with a small bit of stone between them. They seem to go forward into quite a large room.
Well,
we should move.
We stick together. We scout ahead, see what's on this level.
I cannot scout. I wish I could.
We know.
Cool. Do you want me to move forward?
I am absolutely not moving forward. I'm waiting for someone else to move forward.
That's what I'm doing.
Gulag will at least look around for traps, or for maybe if there's any movement in any of these corridors, tunnels that might suggest yuan-ti.
You see no movement, you see nothing at all. The corridors ahead of you, the two big ones, appear to open out into a larger space that you can't see through fully. It's too big.
Gulag will try to be stealthy, and he'll try to at least pop out and get a better look at that corridor.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you're moving forward down the corridor. What's everyone else doing as Gulag steps forward to do a little bit of stealthing? Just do a little bit of stealthing. Sorry?
Oh, I said I was gonna follow.
Okay, you're following? Stealthing as well? Rickus, are you following and stealthing as well?
Yes, I'm also going to go on the wall.
Yeah, that's fine. Cronkel, Risa, are you staying behind?
I'm following close, but I'm also not. I'm just not leading. So I've got a 15 to stealth.
Okay, you rolled a 15 stealth. You are at the back. Tobe?
Yeah, giving a good... as soon as Cronqual looks like he's moving, I start sort of moving in front of him a bit. I just want to give a good amount of space between the Vanguard and the Protector Guard.
Mm-hmm. As you all move forward, this open space widens out. And as it widens out, you can see that there's channels in the floor, thick, deep cuts in the floor that are all full of blood. And as you step into this space, you can see that there is these thick channels crisscross and meander in a very beautiful design around the entirety of this space. And the walls are covered in these beautiful mosaics and beautiful pictures of yuan-ti, snakes, snake people. And in all cases, they are rising, aggressive, dominant, and all rearing up and over a central altar. Lying on that altar is very clearly, and you can all see him, about 100 feet away from you at the moment, but lying, seemingly comatose. Caesar. Just there.
Too easy. too easy.
Cronquil,
Yes.
I need you to do something. I need you to do something for me.
Okay, what is it?
When I was in the land between the winds, there was a yuan-ti presence. I need you to go inside my mind this instant and try to kill it if it is still there. This instant, please.
No, very well. I need to...
I'm going to say that you are all not stepping out into this space. You're still in the corridors. Like, you're going, this is too easy. This is too close. And there's a big open space between us and Caesar. Have no idea what's happening. So you are not out in the open as yet.
Very well.
And his eyes, his swollen eye opens up a little bit, but it's white and murked over, and he is trying to delve into your mind.
Cool. Risa, if Cronquil delves into your mind, what does Cronquil find there?
Okay, so it will be the twin moons of Athas over a twilight sky in the desert, and it's the encampment of the traditional nomadic encampment of an elven tribe, but there's no elves around. It's completely abandoned. And in the moonlight and the starlight, you'll see the memorable and recognizable form of antennae sniffing the air from underneath the sand, and it's the form of a gauge submerged in the sand. And I don't know if there's anything else in there.
Is the gauge you? What is the gauge?
Yeah. The gauge is my my mental projection of myself. It's my defenses. And it's the manifestation of my id, my psyche.
I think as we look in this pit, this sandy pit, I think the gauge looks down and sees a small, perfectly spherical, maybe a little bit larger than a chicken, but also smaller than a turtle's egg. But it is probably the size of a football, or maybe like a large, maybe a small soccer ball. But there is like an egg that just sort of rolls up through the sand. And starts.
What is that?
I guess that's me. That's Cronquil.
Okay.
And Cronquil is in this egg form. Is going to start rolling around the sand, looking and trying to antagonize any sort of creature, snakes, or yuan-ti that may be there.
I think the gauge would then sort of like rustle up outside of the sand, because they stay submerged a lot of the time, and its full bulk would come out, and then it would sort of just like shuffle round on itself and go into the shaman's tent of the village, and then just sort of nestle down inside it and lay its head on the floor and close its eyes. It's weird tentacly eyes.
And so you're in like a cave system that you just came out of?
A tent. Like a...
Okay, you were in a tent.
They bury themselves in the sand of the desert, so it would submerge like an ankeg. It would come out of the sand and then go into this kind of like a teepee.
Yeah, I think the egg would then probably roll in between its legs into this tent as well, looking for, I don't know how to sense sort of anything that's
where the gauge has rested, where it is currently dormant and clearly being subservient and not being worried about defensibility. You can see that crawling around the Gaj's mandibles and neck, all of that area, is a thin serpent, just slowly moving through, and clearly has been for quite some time, just looping around.
I think the egg just with one move just rolls up against the Gaj's what you would call a foot.
Mm-hmm.
The appendage of it, as it just kind of taps. It taps aggressively, but it's an egg, so it's a soft tap, enough to get your attention.
Mm-hmm.
I think to start off with it, my avatar would sort of just be trying to keep itself silent and passive and calm, because Rysar's not the type to let people in his mind without putting defenses up to maximum. So he's trying to keep the calm and the mental stillness to allow whatever might happen to happen for now. But I think if the egg keeps doing it, there might be a little bit of what? like peering around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the egg will continue to, as it's tapping into your foot.
Do I have any knowledge of this snake, this serpent, Chris, or am I completely unaware of it?
Okay, do you think you made a deal with the yuan-ti sorcerer, or do you not?
Absolutely not. No.
You have no idea it's there.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Bit of a stalemate at the moment.
Yeah,
as the egg keeps bouncing off the foot, trying to get Rysar's attention that he may have a snake on his back, but Rysar's oblivious to it. Message.
I'm trying to get the snake's attention, if anything. But if that snake involves the Gaj looking down at me, and if it's on its face, then maybe it'll see me.
The snake curls up from the Gaj's back and looks down at you, very aware of your presence, and speaks in your mind. The snake's mouth just opens, but in your mind you hear, "This one is mine."
I don't know how I can do anything.
You're inside Rysar's mind, and you are able to project yourself. So how large
is this creature?
The snake?
Mm-hmm.
It's not large. It's very. The snake is small. The snake is unobtrusive.
Okay, I will use my telekinetic hand and throw it across the desert.
As you reach for it, as your telekinetic hand reaches out to grab it, a telekinetic hand of its own grasps your shell, and you recognize a stalemate, that if it is thrown, you are crushed.
Kronqual throws it.
The snake, hissing, flies off the back, and the shell cracks, and you feel your mind crack as this incredibly powerful psychic force crushes in, and you, back in the real world, you are stunned.
Sweet.
Rysar, you have no idea what Kronqual did, or if Kronqual did anything at all. You didn't see the snake, you had no knowledge of it. Because you refused to accept you might have done it.
Hashtag Risa.
But you don't know if Cronquil was successful or not. You have no idea what's going on. It's just, did you do anything is your main thought at this point.
You okay, Cronquil?
You can only speak falteringly, and you cannot take actions or bonus actions.
I didn't harm you, did I?
Sorry?
Protect.
Oh. Are you... Are you okay? Did you see something? Did you... I didn't hurt you, did I?
No. You don't have a snake anymore.
I think at that moment I'd like to just go, I'd like to check in on myself if I can, and sort of withdraw into myself. And then I think when I'm not on defensive, when I'm on alert, I think rather than the gauge, I'm the two moons, they're my eyeballs kind of thing. So I want to sort of withdraw into my mind and just look from the sky down on my safe elven nomadic camp and just see if there's anything amiss. Because the anymore was like, oh, there was a snake in there, was there? So I want to see WTF's going on in my brain.
There is a very small snake, the size of an adder, not a big one, in the sands in between all the tents, exposed and visible.
I want to crush it.
What is your method for doing so?
Interesting. Oh, I think I would like to, if I can, if we're using the way.
Sure.
I would like to try to use my psionic power of fear, and what I want is for there to be a flaming column going down towards this snake, and I want to try and drive the presence out of my mind using the power of terror.
As you pull this down from the moons, this pure fear and anguish and frustration and anger through your mind towards the snake looks up and the effect literally vanishes. You invited me in here.
You asked me a single question. I answered. There was no invitation. I cast you out of my mind. You're not welcome here. I will destroy you.
It's all right. I'll leave of my own volition. I'm not far away now. Careful of strangers bearing gifts, Raisa Rathamir. And the snake just
careful of
folds on
elves
itself.
bearing lightning bolts.
Wow, that was dreadful. Okay, good. The snake is kind of like a. The snake is kind of like a. Yeah, okay. As it goes, it doesn't even sure, whatever. It's sort of a. Okay, we should have stopped talking. But just fades into itself and leaves your mind completely. While this is happening, what are Rikis, Gulag, Kita? You are slightly up ahead. Is there anything you are doing at this point?
Gulag is definitely looking out in that chamber to see if there's any movement. Eyes keep going from Caesar in the chamber to Kita. And I think he'll kind of He leans over closer to Kita, and he says, "Hey, and back in those caves we rested in, you said you thought Caesar deserved to die. That's what you wanted, right?"
Yes.
Been thinking about that. I knew why Risa wanted that. Hey, you don't have to tell me. You don't want to. I trust you. You saved my life, protected me, came all this way with us. If you think that's the right thing, I trust you. But do you remember, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking, and I told you I owed you one. All you had to do was ask. You needed something. Anything that could help you out. You let me know what you want me to do. I'll back your play here. You don't have to tell me why. I don't need to know.
Okay. Kita's gonna start walking towards Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna do it.
As you step out into the space, it's very tall as well. This corridor you stepped out of, like the designs and the shapes that you saw go up a good like 100 feet or so. Like it's a big old space. But as you walk out, there's nothing here. It's completely abandoned. There's the slow, wet drip of blood, and you can see these channels all are coming around and through, like forming a shape around this central altar. But Caesar's not bleeding. The blood is coming from strange, almost like taps and rivulets in the walls that are slowly dripping out this blood. But the whole space is, the rivulets are completely full. It looks like it is primed, if you will, as you step out into it. Rysar, if you step out of your mind and carry Kronquil with you, Kronquil, I'm going to say for this that you have the equivalent of a point of exhaustion.
Sweet.
But
Thank you.
please be aware that anything involving your mind or psychic abilities is going to be interesting from this point on.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. As Kita moves out into space and Rysar and Kronquil move up to join Gulag and Rikis, are you all letting Kita go by herself? Is anyone going with her?
Gulag's right at the edge of the corridor, ready to make a distraction if something bad happens, but he, without, unless he's asked, he doesn't follow.
Mm-hmm.
I call out, Caesar. Great Caesar.
A hand sort of raises slightly from the platform, like he's trying to move or talk, but appears to be unable to do too much.
Does it look like an illusion?
From investigation check.
Well, that's quite a good one. 15.
From this range looking at it, doesn't look like one to you.
I'll slowly start walking towards as well.
Okay. Rysar steps out as well. Gulag?
Keeping eyes out.
Sure. I mean, the space looks abandoned and completely empty. You can't see anything.
So remind me again of what's happening in this space. There's Caesar at a podium kind of thing, or a dais?
Caesar is on a bier, on some kind of strange altar laid out in the center of this space, about 100 feet away. The thing itself is the building itself is massive. And it's this large, squared-off space, very reverential and ceremonial and almost temple-like. And there are these channels of blood all around the floor that seem to form some kind of pattern or design.
No other snakes in sight?
No, not one.
I think Ronqual just staggers behind everyone.
Mm-hmm. Gulag, Rickus, are you going into the space or are you staying back where you are?
Should we go?
I think I'll go where you go. But I don't know.
Vicus kind of looks out into the chamber and then back up at Gulag. Well, I did say that we shouldn't leave anyone behind, so...
Taps his head, says, right. All together then.
We'll head in.
We'll stay. And stay with Rickus, but head in.
Mm-hmm. You're all now moving into the space. Kita, you'll get to the altar first. Caesar is lying on the altar and looking at him as you step up to it. You recognize him. He's hard to miss, really. He looks up at you. He looks scared. It's an expression you would have never even imagined on Caesar's face. He's one of the most powerful sorcerer-kings that Athos has ever seen and looks like a child. And looking up at you, he looks fearful. He's awake, but opens his mouth and clearly can't speak.
Kita,
Is he
wait.
Sorry?
Oh, I was gonna say, is he looking directly at me or is he looking past me?
At you.
At me, okay. So when Rysar says my name, I turn to him.
Okay. Right, so you're coming up to the altar as well?
Help me, please. Great Caesar, we're here for you. I take an arm and I indicate for Kita to take another arm and try to remove Caesar off the altar.
What are you doing?
Help me. Take him off the altar.
Why?
I'm trying to drag him off the altar. Chris.
Roll me a strength check.
It's not my best. Oh yeah, -1. Fantastic. 3, which is classic Rysar.
Rysar is a weed. Do you try and communicate with anyone about what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I've sent a message, a Sarnic message, and it's in the chat. But
yeah, but no one read that. So and also, that means the audience don't know. So just tell people.
I've sent I broadcast a message using the way to everyone to not kill Caesar on the altar.
What you all get in terms of a psychic message in Rysar's voice is, I think we should save Caesar. I have changed my mind.
What do you mean you changed your mind?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Do not worry, Great Caesar. Help me get Caesar off the altar. Gulag, help me.
Hey, boss. I don't really understand what's going on right now, but...
Great Caesar is on an altar, and some yuan-ti cursed creature wishes to sacrifice him to take his power. Please help me get him off the altar.
Looks to Kita. Kita?
If Caesar is sacrificed on this altar, then we do not know what will happen. Please, Gulag. Oh. I feel like we should have a social interaction.
Yeah.
He's looking for a like an indication. You know, what's Kita look like right now, Stan? Because Kita's right there too.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking really confused, but you can see that her hand is slowly starting to go to her dagger.
I would like to send a magical message cantrip to Gulag and Gulag alone, saying, Gulag, we cannot kill Caesar on the altar. It may complete a ritual.
Gulag, what you hear is, Gulag, we have to save Caesar. I was wrong. Without him, Balak will fall.
Gulag approaches the altar. Looks to Rysar and looks to Kita, and he presses gently but firmly a large hand on Rysar's shoulder, and he gives it a squeeze. And he says, I made a promise, boss.
What's stopping? Little meta here. What's going on? Why? What's the error in translation of Rysar's mind?
You can't ask that.
Well, I don't know. I'm taking
It's the
exhaustion,
drama.
and I'm taking exhaustion because I risked my mental self so I could stop this from happening, and I would like to know if what I did actually did anything.
It did.
Otherwise, I didn't. Okay.
What you did is you stopped her from literally taking over Rysar at the appropriate moment.
Okay.
Can't do now. But magic,
As long as it did
psionics being
nothing.
cast in this space.
It can be manipulated. Yeah, so he's going to grab Rysar's shoulder and give it a squeeze and say, I made a promise, boss. And then he looks to Kita and gives a little nod.
So Kita takes out her dagger and she...
I want to cast Gust. I want to cast Gust, and I want to use Preserving Magic.
What does Gust do? What are you trying to achieve?
I'm trying to blow Caesar off the altar. That came out wrong.
The ritual cannot be completed.
Save on
what does it say?
strength. You got to save on a strength check of 16 or get blown 5 feet.
Away. If you don't say away at the end,
Onto the floor.
okay, good. So, yeah.
Much
blowing someone for 5 feet. Right. So, Caesar's body starts to sort of roll slowly off the platform as a gust of wind suddenly howls out from Rysar and just starts pushing Caesar off the platform. You are all there. Do you try and stop him from falling off the altar?
Kita's gonna lunge at Rysar and bring him down.
Try.
You're lunging for Rysar, no.
When you're lunging, are you attacking him? Are you grappling him? What are you doing?
I'm just bringing him, like, I'm just tackling him. Like, I'm not trying to kill him or anything.
Cool. Roll me a grapple check.
Stab him.
Stab him.
Kita, kill him. Now's your time. Now's your moment.
Now is your time. A 15.
Cool. Toby, athletics or acrobatics?
The thing is, Chris.
What?
Folks.
What?
I've seen this moment.
You saw this coming?
It's all been building to this, and I foresaw a portent that I would roll a 17 plus 2.
Peter, you lunge out at Rysar, trying to push him off the platform, trying to sort of grab hold of him and see, but he slips out of your hands and moves around, probably trying to get towards where Caesar is slowly rolling, like this sort of very this poor old man just being rolled around this altar.
I would like to, because it's a bonus action.
Yeah.
I haven't used a action. I would like to cast Misty Step. I would like to cast Misty Step out of Kita's grasp through the altar. And as long as Caesar has fallen the 5 feet off the fucking altar, I would like to attempt to plunge my obsidian dagger in his heart if he has rolled off the altar.
He has not rolled off the altar yet.
Okay.
Do you still Misty Step across the other side of the altar, or do you want to save that?
Well, I'll save it.
Cool, no problem. So you have slipped out of Kita's grasp, and the two of you are struggling a little on that side. Gulag, you can see that the body is slowly, with the body, you see that Caesar is slowly, sort of being slowly pushed off the altar. Cronqual, Rickus, you are nearby. You can choose to do something in this moment as well, if you like.
Yeah, Gulag's confused. I think he probably lets Rysar go, and just with a grunt turns, not really knowing what to do, and just kick the body off the altar. I'll just kick it off. Roll it off.
Caesar just falls off and just lands like half in and out of one of the rivulets, and clearly can't really move, and is just lying there half in and out of one of the channels of blood, just lying there in the middle of this room.
He looks back over his shoulder to Rysar and Kita and says, "We're all together."
Do you now want to Misty Step and then stab him?
No, I think I'll just jump over the altar and fucking stab him.
Does anyone try and stop Rysar if he does that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to grab him, or are you going to try and stab him? What are you going to do?
I'm going to try to knock him out of the way as he's jumping, so I can stab Caesar.
Okay. As you're both scrabbling over the altar, jumping, trying to get to Caesar to stab him as much as you both possibly can. Yeah. Can you both just roll me a flat d20 roll for now to see who stabs him first? Just flat, just luck. I'm not going to give any special abilities. It's just a flat d20 roll. No divination dice, no nothing. It is literally just who rolls the highest dice on number on a d20.
How did you know?
Because I've met you.
18.
Oh, 18?
What'd you get?
Nat.
A nat what?
A nat 20.
Oh! You deserve it. You deserve it.
As you both scrabble over these strange channels of blood, both stepping in them and both starting to get covered in blood in various ways, pushing against each other, Kita, you managed to get to Caesar's body first, which is now lying sort of half in and out of one of the rivulets, looking at you again with wide open eyes, clearly somewhat either paralyzed or something like that. You have a moment where you can stab a dagger into his heart. Do you see it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get on his body, and I'm actually not
I'm
going
gonna
to
tackle
stab him in the
Kita.
heart.
I want to do it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I want to tackle Cronkwall.
Vicus is
Sorry.
staying out of it.
Genuinely, did anyone tackle anybody, or are we just getting on with this?
I just got so stressed. So I'm not gonna stab him in the chest first. She's gonna take the dagger. She's gonna stab underneath his chin, through his mouth, and it's gonna be like a sickening crunch. And then she's gonna like grab onto his head and yank it out. And then she's just going to start repeatedly stabbing his chest, his stomach, his neck, everything. And she's just gonna keep going. Like blood is splattering. She doesn't care. She's just gonna keep going until he is like, he's almost unrecognizable. Sometimes the blade hits his face. Sometimes it hits his arms. Like she's yeah.
So that's the plan, right?
And as she's doing this, like
All right, make
her
a tackle.
skin's light up. Her veins start to glow, and like this very light smoke starts to come off of her skin as she keeps going, and her eyes are starting to glow too. So
I imagine like we hear like a sizzling of the blood splatter as it hits your skin, and
Definitely.
oh,
And the blood
And the
in the
dagger's
channel
burning.
around her is starting to boil.
yeah.
Well, as the
What
four
makes
of
it
you
sound?
watch as Kita starts stabbing Caesar to death, as one of the mightiest sorcerer-kings of Athos dies a long way from home. That's what we're going to pick up next time. In that moment.
I was waiting for it. I was like, hand on the theme music, hand on the theme music. Wow.
You've killed Caesar.
Yay!
Kita killed Caesar.
I'm sure
Kita
it'll all be fine now.
straight up murdered Caesar. That was dark.
No consequences.
Yeah.
None. None
No
whatsoever.
consequences.
Wow.
That was awesome. Thank
That
you,
was really
everyone. That was
cool.
amazing. What a lovely episode.
I mean, besides the brutal, violent,
Lovely.
it was great. But I really liked it. It was really well described, and like I imagine, I guess there was no moonlight, right? But like the reflected light coming from Athos through, like maybe the ceiling, or like through a slit or somewhere, is just peering through,
Sure.
and her just like having this like a very I was gonna say a very Caesar-esque death, and then I realized you stab Caesar, so it is a Caesar-esque death.
Of course.
It was awesome. Really well done. That was so cool.
It was awesome. Some lovely elements in all of that. Right, everyone. Well, I know we're a bit tight on time. Let's go round and all say our thank yous, say our goodbyes, and then let's tie up in a tight knot and get on with the rest of our days. So, Bree, we've got to start with you today. How did that go? You happy?
Kita doesn't know if she's happy yet. She might not be. I don't know. But this was a really good episode. Had a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next.
You don't know what you've done, and it makes me very happy.
I probably ended the world. It's fine.
Well, we shall see. All good things. Got a week to worry about that now. Thank you very much, Bree. Where can we find you online? What are you doing?
So I'm on Twitter at Burrito_. I do a lot of TTRPG stuff. I do do a lot of stuff with Swordsfall too. I'm going to start being in some games with TPK, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'm just doing a lot of TTRPG stuff. So yeah, it's fun.
Lovely. Thank you, Bree. Don. How's it cracking?
Good. You hit like all of the big elements you want to see have happen, murdering snake people, getting eaten, and surviving gigantic boulders. Way better than Indiana Jones, because Indiana Jones only had one. And the yuan-ti had an entire tunnel of them. And then, big blood-filled altar chamber with Caesar. And the real confrontation within the party at the end wasn't, should we kill Caesar or not kill Caesar? It was more, which one of us is gonna get the kill? That suggests that it was inevitable that Caesar was going to die. And I'm excited to see. I don't know what that means. I honestly, I don't know what that means. But I'm excited to find out and to see how we get out of this pyramid. Yeah, this is one of the things that I don't know.
Yeah, where we said we're DMing both campaigns and working out differently, but you don't know what I'm doing here, so this is gonna be
so
good.
I'm pumped about it.
Yeah, I am pleased too. Thank you very much, Don. Anything you want to pump? Anything you want to pitch?
Yeah, if you want to follow me online and see what I'm up to, I'm on social media. I'm Donathan Fry. My name everywhere. I write games. I get to work with some cool people. I run games, and I am the dungeon master for our twin campaign series here, Journey to the Obsidian Spire, and that's ramping up to its big epic conclusion as well. Just like with this show, there will be more crossover, and I'm excited to see how all of the choices everybody's made in both campaigns come together and where that leads us. But I always have fun playing with these people. It's a blast. Everybody's just really thoughtful, good listeners, good role players. Always have a great time. So I'm looking forward to all of that. If you want to watch the other campaign, we're on Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time live, or you can catch us on YouTube. We're there too.
Thanks, Don. Brilliant stuff. Good. You've said
Hi,
your
everyone.
piece already, my friend. You had a lovely time. Why don't you do a bit of pitching of what things you've got coming up?
Hi, everybody. I'm Cord, or Mythomatic, writer, producer, streamer here on Twitch, or anywhere, actually. You can follow me on twitter.com/Mythomatic to see what I'm up to. I am redoing my Patreon, so you can support me there and support my creative efforts, as well as my homebrew world, which is super exciting. So check that out. It isn't launched yet, but I think when the time this does, it will. Either way, check me out. It's been super fun playing and hanging out with all of you tonight, and I can't wait for next week.
Thank you, Cord. Splendid stuff. Kiena.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Can't wait to figure out what consequences are very soon.
Oh, there's consequences.
Sure.
Of course there are. Of course there's consequences. It wouldn't be D&D if there weren't, for one.
Yeah, consequences. They happen. But until then, you can find me over on Twitter at KianaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing. I do a lot of TTRPG stuff. Mostly, I co-produce Saltish Free Games, which is another channel that does TTRPG stuff, as well as the occasional video game streams. We've got a Pop Cthulhu campaign going on, and we've got some cool, exciting stuff in the works.
Cool. Thank you very much, Kiena. Great stuff. And Toby, pipped at the post. Didn't get the one thing you wanted. Oh, that must suck. How does it feel? Tell me how it feels.
Oh, no, I don't mind not killing Caesar. In Rysar's mind, I'm like, oh, when they do like scryings, it won't be my dagger plunging into Caesar's heart. Rysar's always about the long game. So yeah, but that was fun, and I'm pleased Bree got a nat 20 on it, because
it's a good ending. It's a good ending.
Plus, Keita's an assassin, and Rysar's like a political assassin. So that was very just. I think very cool. I very much enjoyed the game. Thank you all as ever. Check out Degrees of Madness, the other LFM. I'm wearing my t-shirt. I should really pimp it.
There you go. Yay. LFM.
There it is.
And also, you can probably check out Roll Together's show.
Oh my God.
Silk tongue and
Unbelievable.
Thing.
Vile shadows and a honeyed smile.
That's exactly what I said. I think if you rewind this recording, Chris, you'll find that I said that. And yeah, Degrees of Madness as well, which is fantastic. Call of Cthulhu, Lovecraft. You don't DM that. You play. Oh yeah, Johnny Big Guns. Don plays the funniest character.
Don played a funny guest character in that. There's a whole cast and crew.
I've only watched one full episode of it, but I loved it, and I love Johnny Big Guns. Yeah, so catch that, and yeah, I don't know. Oh, shout out to my home campaign, which I DM, and I never DM'd before like a year ago. So yeah, they're about to meet a dragon, which is fun. So yeah, shout out to them. Hi guys, hope some of you are still alive. Not guys. That's me. Catch me on social. Yeah.
Thank you, Toby, oldest person here. Cool, right. And I'm Chris. I DM this and many, many other things. You can find me. Everything I do is at my Twitter handle up there. It's Chris Has Love. That's my name. Yes, I also DM for Roll Together. I DM for LFM here, and also plenty of other things. So do check it out there. I'm not going to bore you all with the details, as you probably all want to go home now. So please do go home. Go have lovely evenings. Massive thank you to our sponsors, Lambert House, Dark Dice, Level Up Dice, Warriors of Waterdeep, and Wormwood Gaming. If you haven't played Warriors of Waterdeep before, check it out. They are brilliant. You can play that on your mobile phone if you like Dungeons and Dragons, and then you can have a game where you play various heroes, unlock various items for them, play through a lot of very cool adventure settings that play a lot with the rules of D&D, but give you a chance to dip your toe in if you're not the person who likes to do all of the dice rolling. So definitely check that out. I think that's it from us. I think that's it from everyone else here. Big props to the LFM network. As per usual, check everything out at LFM_network. And I think that's all she wrote. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for a lovely evening. See you next time.
Goodbye.